And good evening, everyone, and welcome back to those who were here this morning for the first final. It is time. It is time for the other grand final, the PC grand final this time, between DaniButa, the current reigning champion, the world champion of 2021, versus In4Fun, the world champion of the year before that. It's also an Hungarian derby. It's gonna be an absolutely insane matchup. And for this cast, I got a lovely roster of amazing caster. Let me first start by introducing that Observer. How are you, Observer? Welcome.
I'm doing very good, Fro. I'm excited for this match. It's going to be a good one.
Good to hear, good to hear. Second up, we got the one and only Barbecue. Barb, how you doing? Welcome.
Hey, doing well. So hyped for the match and thankful to be a part of the finale's cast. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's gonna be insane. And last but not least, our Danish guy, we got Oh Shit Man. How are you doing, man? Welcome.
Hi, I'm Norwegian, but thank you.
Ah, it's all the same.
I'm super excited for this match. These two players are just fantastic. Very much looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's gonna be absolutely insane. Well, let's go over the players. Starting with Danny Buta, coming from the winner bracket. So the player that hasn't lost a match yet this tournament. So let me start with Observer. What do you make of his road to the final thus far? The opponents he faced and his performance.
Yeah, as always, Danny's just been cruising through. We saw him go against some big players. Like, I think we had Moo and Danny, or not Danny, Blythe, near the beginning or halfway point, and he cruised through him. He had a bit of a fight for him, but he got out of there regardless. And he did go against our current rival for him, In4Fun, and he actually popped In4Fun down to the losers bracket. So we're going to have a bit of revenge steaming today, I hope, from In4Fun. Take back that win from Danny. But yeah, he really fought his way, and like you said, no losses along the whole way, so he's probably feeling pretty good. I know I sure would anyway.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I mean, he only dropped, by the looks of it, 4 maps. Once again, wait, no, I'm looking wrong. I dropped 2 maps, yeah, against InfoFun. That was such a close matchup only a couple of days ago on Friday, of course, where it was ended in 6-4, which is very promising for this grand final. Barb, I actually have the same question for you, but then in regards to InfoFun. Have you been following him this tournament, and what do you make of his journey so far?
In4Fun played extremely well in the upper bracket as well. As Observer mentioned, he was comfortable in the upper bracket. You know, he beat Zerun, beat Mika, he beat Mikulers, and then when he finally met up against Danny, Danny beat him just by 2 points, set him down to the lower bracket, but In4Fun triumphed down there and ended up back here for the grand finals. So really tough competition here. In4Fun, I was looking on our stats.currymaker.net just to kind of look up their overall statistics. In4Fun's overall win rate in these roulette events is 78.5%, and Danny's is 81.8%. So just from a statistics perspective, like these two are perhaps the most evenly matched opponents, I think, in the entire roulette community. So this is just extremely exciting. I can't wait to see how it's going to shake out between these two.
Yeah, InfoFun, of course, more experienced. Has I think he's definitely in the top 3 or 4 of players with the most amount of matches played. I mean, he's been there. I want to say since Roulette Rivals 2, which is insanely long ago when you think about it already. But yeah, a very experienced player. On the other hand, we have Danny Buta, of course. Less experienced than InfoFun, but he came into the scene with a banger. He joined as a rookie. He joined the World Championship and just won it straight up. What an intro.
Yeah.
Absolutely insane. And now we see him in the final again of RR9. I want to switch over to Oh Shit Man. And I want to hear your thoughts about the map picks of, well, let's start with Danny's map picks first. So Colorado, Santa Fortuna, Paris, and Hokkaido. What are your thoughts on this, Oh Shit Man?
Uh, I guess traditionally they have picked pretty similar maps, these two, and they are strong in their own I mean, similar ways. But I mean, these are some of my favorite maps, and it's fantastic to see DaniButa pick them. Colorado is my favorite map, and Santa Fortuna is very close. I'm not sure how they tend to go with shorter maps. These two, I think, unless I remember wrong, but it feels like they tend to go with shorter maps. So this is interesting to see.
Do you think, well, let's stick to Danny's first, like these 4 map picks, right, oh shit, man? Do you
Yeah.
think that these are tactical choices in the sense of he feels like his opponent is slightly weaker on these? Or do you think he is just confident and just pick the maps where he himself is strongest on, regardless of the opponent?
I'm guessing that it's tactical. I mean, In4Fun doesn't have a lot of experience. I mean, it doesn't have as much experience on um, Santa Fortuna as on many other maps. So, and Colorado is not in his top percentage of win rate. So yeah, I'm guessing it is purely tactical.
Yeah, that makes sense. I can I can go along with your reasoning. Observer, I want to switch back to you. What do you make of In4Fun's map picks here? Do they make sense against an opponent like Danny?
Yeah, it's a tough one to say. We see maps like Miami and New York constantly come up for In4Fun. He got that. We kind of associate In4Fun with New York, so that was kind of an expected one for me. Miami as well. We've seen him get that a couple of times throughout this RR9, and he's been doing pretty well on it. And I think he's picked it a couple of times, or however many times he could. But yeah, Bangkok was a bit of a surprise for me. But of course, you can't have all the amazing maps. But it is kind of a short one. It's kind of a medium length. It's kind of somewhere between Paris and Colorado. Bangkok is in terms of difficulty. And then when it comes to Mendoza, I feel like for both players, Hokkaido and Mendoza, they were kind of just the last pick, and the bands had already come in, and they were just trying to pick whatever they liked out of the last few. But yeah, pretty quick maps from In4Fun, I have to say. So pretty nice.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, it is another fun fact to this final, of course, is that it's an Hungarian derby. So the Hungarians are have been dominating the PC bracket here for RR9.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one. Is this one of the first same nationality ones we've had? Or have we had one in the past? I'm not too sure if we have.
In a final, it's the very first time, I would say.
Yeah.
Like we've had other nationalities match up. Me against Pijero, for example, and there are tons of Brits that have played against each other. But for a final, I do think this is the very first time, yeah. And also another fun fact here, guys. One of these players at the end will be the very first player that has and a World Championship title and an RR title. Because interestingly enough, neither of these players have a regular RR title behind their names yet, just the World Championship. So one of these guys will be unique. Will yeah.
Expand their trophy collection a little bit to have more than just the world champion title.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, it's a first. None of the other players, these 2 players are the only 2 players that have a world championship behind the name, of course. We've only had 2. But yeah, none of them have an RR title. And no matter what, that will change after tonight. And yeah, honestly, I really can't wait. This is really going to be insane, I hope.
And yeah, I was going to mention as well, just to clarify for people, these players have gotten so close to perfecting that trophy collection. I was just checking there. We had Danny a couple of times. He got 4th in RR7, 5th in RR8. And that was the closest he'd gone. But In4Fun was so agonizingly close. He got 3rd in RR6 and 2nd in RR5. So he's dying to finish that last medal. He has the bronze and the silver. Just wants that gold one now as well.
Complete the collection.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully, we get somebody. Somebody is going to be leaving here with both of those trophies. So, really, no way of knowing.
I expect them to work really hard for the win here. So
Yeah, it'll probably be just like the console finale, where it was just a lot of back and forth, and the flow shifts. That makes for the best match, and I think these two uh, are poised to give us that kind of show today.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they're both top RR players. I mean, the title says it all, right? They're world champions, and they've made it yet again to a grand final. So yeah, both are already familiar with the feeling of being in a grand final. But just as we could see this morning, guys, another factor that comes into play here, and that was brought up a couple of times, is also the fatigue and the endurance here. It's first to 8 maps, and Roulette is incredibly draining for players mentally. So how do you think that will affect this match? I'm asking Oh Shit Man this time.
I mean, in my experience, these players are basically machines. So I'm not sure if they would feel the same fatigue as many other players would. But of course, it is definitely a factor when you play that much and this intensely, because they haven't picked easy and exclusively easy and short maps. I mean, Santa Fortuna, if that's a struggle, then that's gonna wear them out. And Bangkok, if they get the wrong spin there, as we saw this morning, one of the players just couldn't figure out how to do it, and it must have just been exhausting.
Yeah,
So yeah,
definitely.
I think there's going to be some fatigue here.
Yeah, it's just hard to keep your focus on 100% the entire time, right? Like 2, 3 maps, sure. But if this goes the distance with potentially even a 8 map, we could see a 7-7 here, guys, and then Mendoza decider. Like
Would be
that,
best.
yeah, I mean, yeah, for us casters and viewers, that's what we were hoping for, of course. But yeah, that could definitely come into play here. And yeah, I honestly can't wait. Honestly, half of these maps are the same picks as in the console grand final. Do you think overall in general these are like the more popular or most popular maps here, Observer? Talking about Paris and Hokkaido, Bangkok, Colorado here.
Yeah, honestly, these are beautiful maps to pick. Like some of the most favorites, I would personally say. I think Colorado and Santa Fortuna, obviously one of the tougher ones, but definitely more picked than maps like Mumbai and that. But yeah, we have Bangkok and Mendoza. I suppose aren't like the most popular picked maps from a lot of people, but still very good maps nonetheless. But the rest of them are just honestly so beautiful, and they're the ones you see people doing on the daily in the daily spins. People picking them all the time throughout this tournament, and yeah, it's going to be such a good one. And these players are definitely familiar with all of these maps, regardless of whether they wanted them or not. So I'm sure they're pretty happy with the picks, nonetheless.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Also, to already give a little heads up to the chat here, guys. Just a quick overview for the roster. Me and Observer will take the first 2 maps. Then we have Barbecue and Oh Shit Man taking map 3 and 4. If the match still is ongoing, which I'm expecting and hoping, Observer and me will be back for the next 2. And again, hoping if the match is still going on, we will see Barbecue and Oh Shit Man back for map 7 and 8. And in general, after the match, all 4 of us will be together to discuss the match and hopefully get an interview with the winner as well. So yeah, hopefully you will be here for a while, guys. Hope you brought your water. Stay hydrated during this.
Yeah, for sure. I have the 2-liter bottle right next to me, Fro. It's gonna be a long one.
Yep, fresh coffee, full water. I'm set.
Sounds good. Sounds good. And yeah, also interesting, guys. Like just like in the console grand final this morning. I mean, interesting. You come to expect of it, but both of these players have already ensured their top seed placement for the World Championship upcoming in the end of October. So these 2 players won't face each other in the group stage. So this will be the last matchup for quite a while, and I'm sure they both really want to make it count and get that unique title combo.
Yeah, it's a once in a great while sort of matchup when you're playing at this level. So they're gonna make the most of it, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely. We're less than 15 minutes away. I just started the predictions already, guys. I'm expecting this to be very, very equal. And yeah, we're starting with Colorado. It's it is kind of a fan favorite, right, within the roulette community. People generally love to watch Colorado, from what I've gathered. Would you agree with that, Observer?
Yeah, definitely. It's a hectic map. You gotta look around every corner. So many things can go wrong. So many timings as well. We see it time and time again that players are like, quick, I gotta pick up these shotguns before Sean gets in. Gotta get over to Maya before she gets to the generator. Gotta get back to the house before Sean gets there, and you're just constantly on your toes. And it's really exciting to see. One little mistake is extremely dangerous in this. Even in that house, we see people ripping all the time. We get rips at the beginning quite often. So yeah, you really got to stay on your toes, and it's really going to come down to planning and just making sure you don't make any stupid mistakes, which is very likely, like we said, with the fatigue. And these players, of course, are human at the end of the day, so they have a lot of nerves going through them right now.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely a mental game as well. Speaking of mental game, this question is for Barb here. Do you think that their previous matchups in the winner bracket semi-final, which was a very close match, ended up in 6-4 to Dani? Do you think that will have an impact on this match? Will that play in these players in the back of their head still, or not at all,
Um,
and they just moved on? What are your thoughts on this?
That's a great question because some of their, mistakes and triumphs in the last match may be informing some of their gameplay decisions that they make in this matchup here. I want to believe that they're both able to kind of just wipe the slate clean and not come into the match with any sort of reservations about their performance or anything, and keep a clear head. I think that's probably the best way to approach it competitively. But as far as if they're able to do that, I know that I haven't always been able to do that when I'm competing. I kind of come into like a rematch or a grudge match with memories of mistakes of the past. Um, but that can also, that can make you better. That can kind of force you to hone the edge, of your gameplay and make sure you don't make any mistakes. So personally, I hope they come into it with a clean slate, but if they are coming in with a little bit of baggage, I just hope that it makes them better.
Yeah, well said, well said. I mean, these players have all the ingredients to give us a great show, right? I mean, both of them clearly deserve the spot in the finals for this tournament. Like outstanding. Like Danny hasn't lost a single match. In4Fun only lost one against Danny, and now gets a chance for revenge here in about 11 minutes, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, it feels like it was destined to happen this way.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And yeah, this is also the third and final roulette tournament of this year. And of course, the three all build up to the World Championship in the end of the month, which is also really looking forward to, because the group stages are just so much fun, like
Yeah.
incredibly much fun. And yeah, I think we're all set for an amazing grand finals. We got amazing players. The chat seems to be enjoying themselves. We got an amazing roster of casters. Thanks again for being here, guys, already.
Of course. Wouldn't miss it.
A pleasure.
Yeah, 10 minutes to go here. Luckily, the spin timer is already up, so we can actually take a look at their stats. Oh shit, man! What do you make of the stats of these players?
Well, the win rate for DaniButa is clearly higher, but he has less experience. So, and I'm not sure. I mean, In4Fun joined a long time ago, as you said. Roulette Rivals 2 is his first tournament. And before that, he was pretty active in Ghost mode. And, what he did back then will affect the statistics. And, hard to tell if his lower win rate means he's less likely to win the map.
Yeah, and also if you look at this, Osh, they have played Colorado against each other as well, which is always an interesting little statistic here. And then he came out on top. Was this in the semifinal? In the winner bracket semifinal?
No, it wasn't. Let's see when that was. I can't really see it right now.
Well, if it's further in
Oh,
the
wait.
past.
Here we go. It's no, wait. Never
Yeah, I
mind.
think I have it here if you don't have it, Osh. It looks like
Yeah.
Danny and In4Fun went against each other in round 4 of RR7, where they played Dubai, New York, and then Colorado. Colorado was the only map, though, that In4Fun lost against Danny that day.
Yeah,
So it was
there
6-2
is.
for In4Fun, yeah. So, yeah, definitely must have been a tough map for In4Fun if he was going against somebody that he clean sweeped him on every other map. So, really hard to say. Could have just been a bad day, a good day for Danny. You never know.
Yeah, I mean, just like this morning with the buff guy in Fanium, I think the same applies here, guys. As in, these two players are so evenly matched. It could really go either way. I know that's a cliche, but it really is the case here. It's gonna be the form of the day, and the small little details, like the tiny mistakes that one make, or the game cooperating, yes or not, that will make the difference here. I feel, because purely looking at the skill level of both of these players, they're both just at the top of the food chain here.
Yeah, I think that's an important point. At this level of the competition, both of these players, you can assume they're well practiced with all the meta strats, the isolations, the timing of things. So as you pointed out correctly, Frode, it's going to come down to little details, things like, if a body should get spotted, if it's not tucked away in the right spot, if a gun gets found and a guard's hauling it around. Just little tiny things like that are going to be extremely consequential in a matchup like this.
I was looking at the banned maps for these players, and I was wondering because they banned Isle of Scale, Sapienza, Haven Island, Berlin, Marrakesh, and Mumbai, and I was wondering if they had to ban some maps, so they banned those. That's the feeling I got from seeing that list, because there's no obvious reason why they would ban these maps from their statistics, at least.
I mean, based on how the scale spins have been in this tournament, I think that's a justified ban. But
Well, yeah, sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say, right? Like these two players don't really have a weak map, so I'm guessing they just ban the map where they feel it. They are the most equal on. So, in other words, where it's really a coin flip, and they don't want to risk that.
Yeah, that might be it.
Yeah, I think it's worth noting as well that they did ban 3 of the big 5, and the other 2 big 5 that were left over were actually picked by Danny. So, which, to be honest, I would have expected reverse. I feel like Danny's more of a quick map player, and I'd see In4Fun as like an experienced. He knows like the long strats and stuff. But that surprised me to see Danny pick Colorado and Santa Fortuna. So it's going to be interesting to see those 2 big ones coming up so soon.
I wonder if that's because he picked his faster maps already. I think he probably did, as far as New York, Dartmoor, and Dubai.
No. The map picks reset for the grand final. You start with a clean slate. So that's
Sure,
not it.
sure.
It's purely tactical. But yeah, guys, looking at the timer, we are 5 minutes away. So I would kindly ask Barb and Oh Shit Man to move to the background, and we'll see you guys back for map 3, where you will take over.
Definitely.
Looking forward to it.
See you soon.
See you very soon. Yeah, Observer. First map,
Yeah.
Colorado. What a map to start, eh?
What a map to start. Yeah, exactly, bro. So much going on. It's such a warm-up map. If you do well if you get first try Colorado, I feel like you're having a good day, to be honest. In my opinion, it's a very hectic one, and things will get heated. And like Barb was saying, you leave one gun lying on the ground on a map like Colorado, that could be the difference. There'll be a body on the ground that you forgot about, and that'll be the end of it. And you'll be absolutely panicking that your opponent's about to hit that done button. So we're gonna have hopefully not too many nerves, but hopefully they're pretty level-headed and ready to hop into it. Should be good.
Exactly. And talking about the spin here, Observer, like you personally, would you prefer to see a straightforward speedrun spin, quote unquote, or like an actual tricky spin? Because like Colorado, it can really range from one or the other. What do you prefer to see in general, and especially for this match?
Yeah, I think more and more I've started to realize a couple of other casters along the way kind of made me realize the spins that are the most exciting are the ones that make you think, I could do this, and I could do this. So if we got like Molotov for Ezra or something, you might think, oh, that would be, I could try get him in the shed or something, or I could just knock him out at the beginning, or I could do this. And when the stuff comes into play where you can make tactical choices and change your route and your opponent doesn't have to follow you, that's when real skill kind of showcases itself from these players. So it's always nice to see them adapt and like come up with something on the fly. And if it works out, it's amazing when it does. It's one of the best moments you can ever have in roulette, in my opinion, is when they try something, it works, and they just escape by the skin of their teeth.
Yeah, I tend to agree with that. I mean, that's kind of the type of spins that we saw this morning for the console finals.
Yeah.
They really weren't straightforward at all. They were quite tricky, and like you said, multiple options to approach them, which we also saw. Like for most, if not all, they had a different order of doing things, and that's always the most interesting thing to see here, of course.
Yeah, for sure. And one thing I want to mention as well, with those statistics we were saying with these players and how they can play differently, it's really going to be a fight between Danny, our rookie, who he's new to the game, and he has all these strats on his mind. He probably has some new strats up his sleeve. Then it comes to In4Fun, and he's the experienced player. He's so known for his consistency and just always dishing out a good time on a spin and getting out of there. But yeah, it's going to be so good to see which playstyle pays off if we do see that from each player.
Yeah, also, Observer, if we quickly look at the chat and mainly the prediction, it kind of underlines what we were saying already. Like, this is gonna be so close. This is gonna be so hard to call. We got 22k versus 90k, but pretty much... oh no, it's already 21.9. It's pretty much 50-50. That's the point, and I think that's very fair.
You love to see it.
Yeah, it's definitely not gonna be one-sided. Little info for the chat. I got the game audio up from the right side from In4Fun. I'll try to switch it around a bit every couple of maps, but yeah, at least for map 1, we will hear the in-game sound from In4Fun. I hope all the audio levels are all great. From what I've gathered, it's all good. And it's almost time. I'm so hyped, Observer.
Me too. I can't wait. Hopefully we get some nice initiation spin to kick these players off. Give them something to think about. Would be nice. Hopefully nothing... Well, I don't want to be mean, but hopefully nothing too easy. I would like to see a recce, but I'd also like to see a good tricky spin. As sadistic as it is.
Exactly. So yeah, world champion versus world champion, Hungarian versus Hungarian. It's all on the line for them. Which of these two players will be the first player to have a world championship title and an R title? It's all at stake here. We're 5 seconds away. Let's go, chat. I'm super excited. Observer, can you do the honors and kick us off?
Oh, I'd be blessed to. So we have Sean Rose injected poison as the militia spec ops, Penelope Graves explosion accident as the militia technician, Ezra Berg fire as the militia soldier, and Maya Parvati electrocution.
Holy,
that's crazy.
What a crazy spin! What a crazy spin! It's basically all accidents if you would just like be semi-accurate and count injected poison as an accident as well, but we'll just call it a live kill.
Yeah, and
So a
even
live kill and
predicted
3
Ezra
accidents.
fire. What are the chances of this? It's crazy. Such a nice one to see. I can't get over the Ezra. Just jokingly saying that Ezra fire would be interesting to see in it coming up.
Yeah, I mean, like, without the Molotov, right? Ezra, I consider him the trickiest target to get him with fire compared to the other 3. But the beauty about Colorado, of course, always is you don't have to bring the Molotov for any of these targets for fire.
Yeah,
But you can,
really
so
good point.
that's an interesting thing. And of course, injected poison you don't have to bring. You do have to bring a taser. You don't necessarily have to bring anything to set off the breacher for Penelope, of course. So you have some freedom with the loadout here. And we have In4Fun already starting in, and DaniButa is still thinking it over.
Yeah, these plans are just as important as the gameplay, in my opinion. Once you get those cycles started, you're just pretty much turning over that egg timer. You can't speed up many things, like we're going to see from Maya, for example. She's going to only walk to that puddle at certain time intervals. So whoever gets that first cycle, or the earliest one they can, is going to have a bit of an advantage regardless. You just have to assume a rip is going to happen for your opponent if they got in before you. But yeah, like you said, that fire is going to be interesting to see how they approach it, whether they have the fire barrel in mind, whether they have the actual Molotov in mind. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see, and I'd love to see some nice Molotov dead throws against a wall or something interesting. But you never know. It is a final, so
yeah,
consistency will prevail.
I mean, we can see a Molotov already in In4Fun's inventory here. I'm gonna pay attention to Dani's inventory there as well, and see. Yeah, both players did decide to bring a Molotov. It makes a lot of sense for Ezra, right? Like for Maya, I would argue you could rather bring in something else, because it's even less riskier and faster to just do it with a barrel for Maya, I'd say. But yeah, this spin observer, also like timing-wise, like you mentioned the electrocution for Maya, right? But also like combine that with the live kill for Sean Rose. Like, do you wanna get him in his little explosion shed, or do you wanna get him when he's getting back in the house? And how are you gonna combine that with the Maya kill? Because you need the point man and the spec ops here as well. It's very interesting.
Yeah, it's a tough one to time, and yeah, the house would definitely not be a bad shout from either player, because yeah, it's hard to say. You kind of want to do that fire kill either in the basement quietly somehow if you drag him in, or you want to do it without causing too much of a panic or disrupting cycles. Should be okay though, but I do think the best option would be to get Maya dealt with first, because she is a bit more difficult to time than Sean is. Sean always has the backup of going back to the house, but I do think Maya's cycle is pretty long getting back out of the barn once she heads back in there.
Yeah, well, yeah, somewhat. But yeah, we do see In4Fun and DaniButa. They have it's mirrored so far. They both go with the EMP first in the point man disguise.
Yeah, pretty nice. And In4Fun does have the shed dealt with already, and that's the only difference really right now between the two of them. Yeah, pretty much an echo right now, both players. Danny even knocking out the same guards in the same location.
Yeah, and we do see on In4Fun, Maya has spotted the EMP, is heading for it. And In4Fun does get the first kill, and well, we should see Danny, being what, 15, 20 seconds behind for the same kill here.
Yeah, and it looks like In4Fun might be doing Sean straight away, because he did clear out that shed and so did Danny, so it seems like they're going to try to get that timing, which they will get. So it is nice to see them be comfortable with the timing for both players. And yeah, it's going to be close.
Also, nice little problem solving there by Danny. He started to patrolling guards. Was a bit of awkward timing. He was worried that they would spot the EMP before Maya could get there, so he was just bumping them for a good 10 seconds, delaying them, and then it was Maya who was the first one who saw it and got the kill. Was a nice, clean kill solution. And in the meantime, In4Fun got the second kill, as you mentioned, Observer.
Yeah, and I don't know if anybody caught it quite there, but In4Fun was so close to getting a GRB there on Sean. He tried to get a quick poison on him, but He turned just as he was about to press it, and then thankfully he didn't press the button, because that would have been agonizing to see happen to In4Fun, or any player for that matter of fact. And yeah, he's just getting the soldier now, getting everything ready for the last 2 kills, but he has the time advantage on his side right now. Yeah, it seems like he has the soldier, so he's planning on getting Ezra Berg next. We did see both players actually deal with Ezra Berg, if I'm not mistaken. They both started in a start where they could actually catch him in the basement, because of course that is a pretty safe kill to get, and since he's knocked out, shouldn't be any issue of accidentally getting an explosion on him.
No,
Yeah.
but interesting part is they're both loud kills, right? Like sure, they're both accidents, but you're kind of forced to get the 3D printer mask here, especially with like they can drag Sean all the way there from the explosives yet, so they are forced to go upstairs and get that, because there's no way they just can escape to the bridge in time with all those loud explosions going off, and there just isn't enough bins to hide all the bodies there. So yeah.
True, and I think we're seeing In4Fun realize something like this, and it looks like he's going upstairs, maybe going to get that mask, which is definitely a good idea. Pretty much a soundproof room that you can get a couple of kills in. Still a bit scary to do it there, but...
Ooh, and that was scary timing for In4Fun. Just as he pressed it, the hacker turned around.
And yeah, look at this. Is Danny doing the exact same thing? Wow, these players are so matched in terms of ideas.
Yeah, both players flawless now, but ooh, DaniButa running into an enforcer there who came inside, and that's a rip, and that's a major setback. He's behind a good 6 minutes now, and it's all in In4Fun's hands here.
Yeah, we even saw that guard coming in when In4Fun entered, and it was just a matter of timing. That was super unfortunate there for Danny. We see those guards time and time again, whether it's the ones on top of the balcony catching you doing a falling object kill, or a hacker coming in from the backyard coming in. There's always someone there to screw your Colorado run up. It's such a dead valley.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Of course, In4Fun isn't done yet either. He still needs to do some disguise smuggling as well, of course. Because he needs the militia technician and the militia soldier right there. And he needs to swap rather quickly. So
yeah, we
still
do have soldier. So technician, I don't think he wrapped on the way. Yeah, seems like he's just buffering his soldier over closer to the door, and now he's just going to head over and get that technician, which conveniently is stored in a 2 human-sized box in that little shed for Sean. Or is he even going to go for a safer one? I know he's just getting the propane, of course.
Yeah, so still some work to do here. But yeah, what an unfortunate rip for Danny there, of course.
Yeah, those doors are quite evil. We see I think Penelope's guards also come in after you get a kill on her from the front door, kind of pass through the house, and we see that happen a couple of times as well, but I'm not quite sure the purpose of that guard that actually came in. If he was on a cycle or if something was triggered by both players due to the kills. So I'd be curious to know if anybody in chat knows if it's just a cycle or both players triggered it.
Well, and now, of course, which can, if you're unaware, it can catch you by surprise. Is of course when you kill Sean Rose, the guard in the house upstairs in his bedroom will come down. I'm not sure if that was the exact same one, like if he first ventures outside and then goes back and that was him, or if something else was going on.
Yeah, I'm not too sure, and I think we're coming to the close on this Colorado now. We have both disguises, Molly and propane tank, and we see this buffering come in for fun. Really nice.
Yeah.
Which kill would you be doing first, Fro? Explosion, accident, or fire?
It really... I'd do fire first, really.
Yeah, you'd want to get the loud one very last, just in case somebody is right next to the door and sprints it down. You'd never want to risk it.
Yeah, he gets the propane kill as the technician. Double check that he got the disguises correctly. And got the fire kill as the militia soldier. Doesn't kill himself either. Also quite important. And yeah, that's a first try sub 9-minute spin from In4Fun on quite a tricky spin there.
Yeah, super nice. Like we said, quick plan. Don't make any crazy actions. Just play it safe, and you'll be ahead. And yeah, just really nice from In4Fun. He's probably feeling really good now, taking DaniButa's first pick on a pretty difficult map as well. So you got to be feeling good after a first map win.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, it is. He still has a long way to go, of course. Like I would say, like I mentioned this morning, Observer. There's a little less pressure compared to like the first 6 matches. Like there, like when you lose the first map, it's already pretty much do or die for you. Because if you lose the second one, your opponent is already on match point, and it's so hard to recover from that. And here you have a little more breathing room, but yeah, you always want to start with the win.
Yeah, just anything to kind of settle those nerves. And that's honestly what it comes down to. Danny maybe feeling a little bit worse after losing his map, and In4Fun feeling a little bit better. Just a tiny bit of difference in confidence always makes a difference. And yeah, it's interesting to see. And we're moving on to everybody's second favorite map,
Yeah.
Bangkok, which is a really interesting one. There's something so unique about this map that I could never put into words what it is. It's so different to the other 17, 18 we have in the pool for Roulette?
Yeah, 17 others. 18 in total. Yeah, it's an interesting map for Roulette for sure. But yeah, we just one mistake, one rip, Observer. I mean, In4Fun was having a good 30-second lead, more or less. But yeah, that was the big difference here. And yeah, In4Fun picked Bangkok here. What do you make of the stats?
Yeah, clearly a tactical pick. You would hope for In4Fun having a pretty nice 9 games won, 2 games lost. Although Danny does have 4 games, 1 out of the 4 he played, and unfortunately haven't played against each other, so no rivalry to compare. But like we saw with Colorado, Danny technically had a better win ratio, but In4Fun had the experience, and things like that guard coming through the door could be the exact example you need to show that just because you don't win them all doesn't mean you don't know everything about this map. You could just have a couple of bad days. And yeah, it's just experience. And it's going to come true, I think. It's hard to tell who's going to take Bangkok because it's such a unique map, but
Yeah,
we
of
never
course.
know.
And also, like, it doesn't take into account against who you got these wins or losses, right? That's
Exactly,
also
yeah.
also a major difference. So it never tells the whole story. That's why I prefer to look at just the total amount played. So just the amount of experience in tournament matches, which I value higher. But yeah, 2.5 minutes away for Bangkok, the second map of the PC Grand Final. The predictions should be up. And again, very equal so far, Observer.
Yeah, really nice to see that everybody, even the chat, who's usually always right, so I'll take their word for it, that they think both these players are so equally matched. And it's nice to see them battle it out in this final. And like we saw with Colorado, one mistake was the difference. And we're probably going to see something similar. One tiny little mistake from one player, even if it's not a rip, is going to be the difference. And I'm curious if it's going to be experience or just some little mishap that accidentally happens. But we never know.
Yeah, I personally never like to see. I mean, of course, it's part of the game and the skill set, right, Observer. But I kind of never want to see like a rip being the deciding factor. What I love the most is when players just have different strats, and then just to see like who outstratted who. You know, who had the fastest strat without any of them making mistakes. That's what I really love to see.
Yeah, and I feel like Bangkok is a perfect map to project that idea with so many different lures for every single target. So many I couldn't even begin to name them because there's even some meta ones people have been doing. You can do emetics, you can do leisure, you can do hotel staff, fumigator, birthday cake. So many. It's going to be amazing to see. What letter?
Come on, you have to finish it now.
I'm too uneducated, I think, to even get through. I know the reference, but I don't know the punchline.
The letter, Neil.
The voice. I'm too much of a noob. I'm a roulette rookie still too. I'm getting there. The culture is something I got to take a couple of classes on.
Well, casting surely helps with that as well. But
Sure, I
yeah,
got to get.
20 seconds away for map number 2. And yeah, this is already quite an important moment. It's either a big lead for In4Fun or it's all equal. 5 seconds away. Good luck to both players here. I'll take this one, Observer.
Of course.
And we have Jordan Cross, Cypress X as Jordan Cross bodyguard. And Ken Morgan, Katana as Abel de Silva. So we got some large lethal melee action going on here.
Yeah, and of course Jordan isn't an easy person to get any big two-handed weapon up to. Of course, you're allowed to get Cross's bodyguard, but that's the question right now. Do they want to get the disguise, get the weapon, and go back up, or are they going to go for something a bit more interesting? And yeah, very fashionable kills, I gotta say. Something very stylish about them. Bodyguard, axe, silva, katana. Something very beautiful about
it
this.
would have been a lot more convenient if the axes were swapped though, like the katana for Jordan and the Cypress X for Ken. But this makes it more interesting in terms of routing.
And yeah, good point from chat as well. The Sapper's axe somehow fits in a briefcase. A great hitman logic, but maybe we'll see that utilized by both players.
Yeah, but so far, again, the same start here, and pretty much the same isolation, even though it's done in a slightly different manner. But the outcome should be the same.
And yeah, again, we saw In4Fun getting in quicker again. It's really no harm in it. Of course, you have less time to plan, but if you know what you're doing, then quick plan is really good advantage to have, especially on these shorter maps, which I would classify Bangkok as. Could be in the medium length of spins, but especially with a spin like this, I don't think it's a short one.
No, I'd classify it as medium. I'd say that's fair to say. Usually around 5-6 minutes.
Yeah, that's a perfect 6 minutes exactly.
With most spins. Some obviously shorter, a lot shorter, some obviously a lot longer.
And yeah, we did see same strat for both for Jordan. I wonder what you think for what we're going to get for Ken. So many options. What are players going to think they're going to deviate?
It's interesting with the Abel de Silva disguises as well, right? If they're going to go for the leather, yes or no. But it's also interesting, like a slight little hiccup in terms of routing from In4Fun here, and then he actually took the lead there despite loading in 15 seconds later.
Yeah, true, and we see In4Fun even realizing the same thing just after the fact. Has to go through the kitchen because that enforcer is such a pain to get past.
It really is. Yeah, looks like Danny is going for the leather.
Yeah, very nice. A choice, always a safe one. Probably one of the safest Ken isolations you can do.
I mean, yeah, but that was ballsy how he did it though. Just shot the Calmer there out in the open. So great map awareness there from Danny. He even brought the snail, but didn't use it there.
What I'm curious to see now is with that letter, which seems like both players are aiming to go for. I think the next cycle, since they missed 2 minutes for Ken, they're going to have to wait till around 6 minutes, but that's plenty of time to go up and get that Jordan kill, because that Sapper's axe is a bit of a trek down and up.
Yeah, this is definitely not a fast spin. Like if they first try it, I'm expecting like an 8 minute plus time for both of these.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's definitely a good estimate because that letter is pretty much hard setting them to take a couple of minutes to at least finish. So we'll have to see. And yeah, very close. Like we said, Danny did get a bit of a lead because of that routing, but In4Fun, not too far behind, entering the same room Danny's in.
Yeah, indeed. Danny getting rid of this guard. We might see disguise change here, leaving his Jordan Cross disguise here and go for Abel. He does not, however. He does get a bullet impact there by shooting the camera. And now this is interesting because now it looks like Danny is going for hotel staff disguise here and lure Ken Morgan to bathroom, because why else would you take these two guys out?
Yeah, it's weird choice. He did dedicate the time to getting the letter as well, so be unfortunate if that is the reason. Maybe he just wants to keep it safe so he doesn't get that timing with the exterminator and the hotel staff coming in as he gets Ken after the letter. Could also be that, but it's really hard to tell if he's just thinking of getting everything and then doing hotel staff. We'll have to see what he goes for.
Yeah, it's very interesting indeed. And first time we see a bit of a diversion in the routes here, Observer. We see In4Fun instead going for the Able Silver disguise already here, which I kind of like.
Yeah, and if you look at that time as well, we're about a minute, 10 seconds till around when Ken is going to start triggering from that letter. So the timing is looking pretty nice for In4Fun. So I'm curious if he's going to get over, be able to get that kill. Hopefully that exterminator and that hotel staff, I'm not sure if he dealt with it. I know he glanced his head in there, but I don't think he dealt with any of those people around there. So we'll have to see what he actually does.
Yeah, I mean, the good thing for these players, right, for Jordan Cross, it's his bodyguard, which pretty much, okay, you have to dodge some enforcers, but it's free reign up there. You're not trespassing. So, like, getting the X up there is should not be any issue for either of these players. So, in that regard, I'm really liking what the In4Fun is doing by already getting the Able Silver disguise. And look at this timing. We have Ken right here.
Yeah, beautiful timing for In4Fun, and pretty much they're both in similar positions right now, except In4Fun, I feel like, got the more difficult item. We saw Danny getting the Sapper's Axe before Ken got here, but In4Fun went all the way up to get Able, which I feel is going to be a big difference to have.
Yeah, but In4Fun has to do a little improv here, because they heard the screams. He does seem...
Yeah, I think he did get away with it, yeah.
Yeah, that was definitely a nice save. Decides to drag him up, but he's just gonna box both of them. Doesn't look like the exterminator is in his way either. Back to green guns, and that is... yeah, what I like about this, like, Able the Silver is so out of the way, right? And, like, you can retrieve the Sapper's Axe as your bodyguard disguise easily anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, and I noticed, did In4Fun by mistake leave his bodyguard over where Silva was? Because that's a bit
Yeah, he
an
did.
unfortunate Shrek, but
It's not that far. Like, he already retrieved it here. And I don't know, it could still end up getting really close here.
yeah, the exit is still a question. If both players grab the wrench, if you're going to go for that tuck exit out the back. If they get a bad cycle with those enforcers we see upstairs that they had to deal with earlier, if they get a bad cycle, have to go through the kitchen or something.
Exactly. But yeah, now, and I think Danny has realized it. He also left his disguise up there. Is now forced to reverse as Morgan's bodyguard, and also have to get it back. So he needs the disguise back, and In4Fun needs the Sapper's Axe. And look how close this is gonna be.
Oh my, yeah.
This is
Race to the
this is
finish.
just gonna lie up. Look at this. Now they both have the disguise and the weapon, and they have to make their way up. And it actually looks like
Oh
Danny
my.
has a tiny little lead of what, 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds?
Yeah, I think you're right. It's
A bit more because of the camera
Yeah.
dodging that In4Fun here has to do.
Wow, so agonizingly close. Yeah, bit of more of a lead than we thought for Danny because of those cameras. But yeah, it's gonna be so close, and it's gonna come down to the exit now. It seems. Bit of waiting again for In4Fun. Bad cycle on the cams because they have different IGTs, so that's gonna make that photo finish a little bit more in favor. And here we go. That enforcer as well. Had to delay for a moment.
Yeah, and that's Danny with the kill. Of course, spamming instinct. Needs to dodge these enforcers and get out of here. And yeah, now this timing, is he gonna risk it? Yes, he's just gonna go for it. Smart decision there But then, yeah, so that's fortunate timing there. Also with that, what is that, tech crew or whatever it's called.
Yeah, and look, in
Remember.
for fun, getting the bad cycle.
Yeah,
And is
exactly.
he going to risk it?
You can't from this angle
Yeah.
if you go from the other approach. And yeah, it does look like both of these players are taking each other's map here. I can't see it go wrong for Danny anymore, and I can't see In4Fun making this up. It's just too much. Neither had a restart. So this seems like a clear equalizer, and that's what we want to see, right, Observer?
Yeah, exactly. We always love to see both players taking each other's map at the beginning because it goes to show that it's not as straightforward as it seems. Of course, they've practiced all these maps, but you do want to assume you're going to take your pick. Oh, we're going to have In4Fun going for Tuk Tuk, so a little bit faster.
It's not gonna matter. I feel like.
Yeah, I don't think we had any restarts, did we, or any major ones?
No restarts at all. Like he might force a photo finish, but it's gonna be a large one. It's gonna be a good 30 seconds or so. And again, both of these players are on PC. But yeah, we'll wait for our match admin, which is Chris X3. And he loves photo finishes. We all know that.
Who doesn't? All admins are crazy about these photo finishes, especially when there's 3 in a row. That's the best scenario you can have for a photo finish.
So he did post a message here. So chat, for those of you who want to know, it is within the photo finish range, and Dani is having a lead of 37 seconds, 37 on PC. So I'm just expecting a wave here from In4Fun. Like it just doesn't make. There's no point on PC with no restarts. 37. It's just impossible.
And yeah, we get the official wave from In4Fun, so no photo finish needed. And yeah, what a way to leave it for our next 2 that are going to pop in just a moment. 1 map each. You'll love to see it.
Yeah, perfect start. 2-2, taking each other's maps. And yeah, I paid out a prediction already, even though it's not updated yet on the spin link, but that will be fine. And we will be traveling to Santa Fortuna, and we will have a caster switch. So Barb and Osh, I wonder if they're here.
Hey, buddy.
There we go. Welcome in, guys. Well, we'll just leave straight away. You can take over. You can talk about the first 2 maps a little and look forward to Santa Fortuna and have a lot of fun, guys. It's an absolutely insane match so far.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Enjoy.
And that was exciting.
Yeah, that was that I think we're going into the next batch of matches here in the best possible position, both from a shoutcasting perspective and from a viewer's perspective, because each player took the other player's map pick. We're perfectly evenly tied up, so it's looking good for hopefully being one of those longer matches where we actually fight it out to the bitter end with a true decider. At least that's how it's looking right now. Obviously, it is roulette, and the tides shift and aren't always predictable. So, but yeah, it's I'm just what a watch, what a match already.
Yeah, I enjoyed all of that. Colorado, Bangkok, just it's a testament to how even and close they are that they actually took each other's map picks.
Yeah.
Because obviously there's a reason why they picked those maps, and they were confident that this is the map I'm going to win, and neither of them did.
Yeah.
And
so expectations are already sort of subverted here, you know, in that they didn't win their map picks, but they are taking their opponent's map picks. So it's tough to make any kind of prediction. You know, these players are just so evenly matched. It's not one of those situations where it's like, oh, this is clearly, you know, Danny's gonna take it or In4Fun's gonna sweep. That you can't make any claims like that. But yeah, really incredible performance on Colorado. Very, very comparable runs until Danny's unfortunate rip towards the end there. But I think had that not happened, that would have been very close to a photo finish
Yeah, I
because
think so too.
they looked so evenly matched all throughout. Um, but In4Fun played that extremely well. Really clean performance, awesome to see. And then that Bangkok spin was just awesome. Because we sort of saw the players approach it differently as far as retrieving those items and moving around the map and the required disguises. Always love to see some variance in the approach. And unfortunately, In4Fun just didn't work out in his favor that time because he had camera trouble. As chat was pointing out, cams are the final boss on Bangkok, and definitely posed a little bit of a problem for In4Fun, but still managing to get a photo finish regardless, in spite of that slowing him down, I think really just speaks to how well they play in spite of like something maybe not being totally optimal. They still put on, a hell of a performance.
Yeah, I agree. Hold on, I have OBS troubles here.
Okay.
But what I expect I expect DaniButa to now just be fierce in Santa Fortuna, go all in on I want my map
Yeah,
pick back.
sure.
Um,
Looking at some of
so
these player statistics here, real quick, Danny has been here total of 6 times. 3 times was victorious, 3 times lost. In4Fun has also been here 6 times. 3 wins, 2 losses, and 1 draw. So on paper, In4Fun looks to have a slightly higher win rate. Or
but
maybe not even. Yeah, with
that
that
draw
draw.
might be because of the timer running out. So or it can be a tight photo finish. I haven't actually checked up on that. But yeah, so we don't really know what that means, that draw.
Sure. Hard to say. I mean, these players are just so evenly matched. I think it's true of every map, and the stats seem to, confirm it here. So we're just going to have to watch extremely closely and look for those the little shortcuts and optimizations they can take to help give them an edge, and also be aware of any sloppy strats, things, they don't hide a body well enough, they leave a gun lying around or something like that, something that can be quite impactful on the outcome of their attempts. It
Yeah.
all matters. It's all super consequential here, especially when, being that these two are their, each other's opponents.
Yeah, this is going to be exciting. I'm sure of it. Let's see. Yeah, I am battling a little bit with troubles with playback of the streams here, so I'm gonna try to juggle some things around and see if it works, so I can actually see the players.
Okay.
There, I think.
Well, both
The spin is
players,
about to arrive.
yes, they are at their loadouts. I'll take this one if you don't mind, and then you can do Miami.
Yeah, sure.
Awesome. So we have Rico Delgado eliminated with a silenced shotgun as the band member. Jorge Franco eliminated with the letter opener disguised as a chef. And Andrea Martinez eliminated with a kitchen knife as mansion staff. Okay, so silent shotgun, gotta bring that with you, obviously.
Yeah.
Letter opener, kitchen knife, gonna have to route to those locations to get those specific items. Kitchen knife, there's a few. Letter opener, just the one, I believe, in Andrea's office.
Yeah. So I'm guessing, yeah, as we see now, both of the players are doing this newly discovered Red Fox strat,
Sure.
where you can lure Rico towards you and then make him sick, so he goes outside of the mansion area to puke.
Mm-hmm.
And you can isolate him there.
It's a very cool strat. And
yeah, it's difficult though.
It is difficult if you're not super well practiced with it. I'm definitely not super practiced with it yet. But while it is a powerful lure, I'm not convinced this is the best way to do it, simply because if you started mansion staff, you would, you can get Rico relatively easily that way, and you have one of the disguises needed for the Andrea kill. In4Fun has a bit of trouble there pulling off that strat. He gets spotted firing his silver baller. So
I was talking to one of an amazing player, Papir Fresa, or he was informing me that this Red Fox strat works. It's beneficial for almost any strat that is a trespassing disguise inside of Rico's mansion.
sure.
So, and I tend to believe it, even though instinctively I think starting mansion staff would be a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah, but I trust the judgment of these two players. You know, if this is what they determine to be the most optimal way to do it, then it must be. So
Yeah, I think so too.
So Danny has got Rico down there. Should be easy enough to get back to him as the band member and get that silent shotgun kill. He will not be spotted. In4Fun is having better luck with the lure this time. He gets the Seeker Dart into Rico, and now making his way back out front to meet him on the other side of the gate. Danny, meanwhile, heading towards Andrea's office here. Looks like he might be... Is this timing all right for her being in the meeting room? I think it is. 2 minutes, 15 seconds, she enters her meeting room with Paula. So this timing works out really well for Danny.
And DaniButa, he makes sure that there's not going to be any panic, which is a very good idea, if you ask me. Like, there's no chance of any screams from
That was beautiful.
Andrea. Yeah.
Really nice. Pat he turned her around so that way she didn't see Paula get knocked out. No screaming. Now Danny's gonna come up here, grab the letter opener, and then take care of the evidence while he's up here.
I really dislike this angle for the camera.
Yeah, he gets a gunshot heard, interestingly. Yeah. But don't think that'll present any problems for Danny. In4Fun, meanwhile, has gotten Rico and his guards pacified and is now also heading towards, I presume, Andrea's compound to catch her in the meeting room, just as we saw Danny do.
So DaniButa is very thorough in boxing up this woman guarding the that hut there.
Yeah, doesn't want any troubles. Oh no. Okay, In4Fun gets target locked down, but it won't matter.
Yeah, no,
Danny didn't want to take any risk with getting that band member disguise. So Danny's now gonna go pick up the silent shotgun, pay a visit to Rico, and maybe then grab a chef next, or mansion staff. I'm not sure which way they're gonna opt to go here. In4Fun gets his letter opener. Takes care of the evidence. Alright, and Danny gets the kill on Rico. That's one target down. Andrea pacified, and Jorge still roaming the coca fields. Okay, In4Fun's opting for a different approach to the band member disguise. Gonna trigger the fuse box and slip in through the front door.
Yeah, and with these two players, I think that's a slightly slower strategy of getting the band member might actually not benefit him.
True, but remember, Danny did pacify an NPC to get into the door as well. He lured that woman around, so it may be sort of those extra steps they took may kind of cancel each other out.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah, I do see what you're saying. That's a good point. Danny does pick up the kitchen knife there behind that bar counter, and has his mansion staff disguise in hand now as well.
Always makes me a bit nervous to see players knock out people close to windows like that.
Yeah,
but it worked out fine.
And In4Fun also picked up his silent shotgun from the same stash location. Is going to get the Rico kill. So he's basically out a minute behind Danny, it seems like. Very similar strat.
Yeah.
He did have that rip about a minute and a half or so in, so that makes sense that his moves are following very closely. Now, I think we may see a divergence in strats here.
It looks like it, for sure. Looks like In4Fun is probably going for the chef in the village. And then going straight for Jorge, maybe? If he is fast, he might get some good timing on that as well.
So we're thinking it's going to be a Andrea kill on exit, or right before exiting.
Yeah,
Danny's gonna
maybe
get it
on the way
done.
back, yeah.
Danny's going to opt to get the Andrea kill first, and then get finished with the chef Jorge kill and probably leave through the helicopter.
Yeah, we'll see which one is the fastest here, because I
Hard to
couldn't tell
say.
you, to be honest.
Yeah, it always is harder to make that determination, especially when they diverge strats, when they're 5.5 minutes in.
What is In4Fun doing? He was going back to check something.
I'm not sure. Danny is now needs to grab himself. I don't think he's done anything to get himself a chef disguise yet. He has a letter opener that he needs, but he still needs his chef disguise. And he needs to get Jorge now. I don't know that he's going to make it there when Jorge isolates himself in the cabin, so hopefully he's got a seeker with him.
Oh, In4Fun left his chef disguise there. Has he changed his mind? Is he maybe going for mansion staff and Andrea immediately after all? It is possible that that's what we're seeing, or that he's... Yeah.
Yeah, In4Fun's going to be grabbing a different chef here.
Yeah, looks like... yeah, or a mansion staff, thinking.
Oh, yeah. I think he had to replan the order in which he was going to take out the targets.
Yeah. Curious about that, because it looked like he would have excellent timing for Jorge if he had just ran straight there.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
as I said, we will see.
Danny's looking really good here. Got himself the chef disguise from the basement kitchen there.
Yeah.
And tearing through, heading to the coca fields, where I imagine he won't have to wait for very long to get Jorge. In4Fun now has to run back. This is a long run that he's got to make here. He's running back. Can't go out the front door because they'll see the bodies, so he's got to climb around.
Yeah, this turned into a bit of indecisive strategy from In4Fun here.
Yeah, just kind of trying to retool the timing and approach of things on the fly, and its adaptability is an important part of your roulette. You can plan something really well from the start, but you also got to be adaptable to when planning fails, as it often does. Danny is looking for his seeker shot here on Jorge. I think he might just be waiting for him to be positioned to go to the better of the two outhouses that are out here.
Yeah, I think he's in a good position right now, but I'm guessing the angle is what he's looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't want to miss the seeker shot.
Yeah, he gets that dart, no problem. In4Fun,
Yeah.
gets the kitchen knife mansion staff kill for Andrea, and we'll be switching back into the chef and heading for the coca fields now.
So DaniButa is looking very, very good here now.
Yeah.
So
it's barring any kinds of, acts of God here in the last minute or so, he's going to get this kill and he will be out through the helicopter.
the only thing that can trip him up here is that he is trespassing, basically.
Yeah.
But
with that throw distraction, though, he turns the coca field worker around, and that is a clean escape. 10 minutes and 1 second in game time.
Yeah, this was that was solid gameplay right there. That was
beautifully
very good.
Done. Really, really nicely done.
Were they of a grand final?
In4Fun still trucking along, gonna finish the spin just for the sake of completion, but yeah, there's no way this will be a photo finish. Danny takes Santa Fortuna comfortably. In4Fun obviously had the right idea here, but I think that sort of reshuffle in the middle of the match there, where he decided to kind of double back on himself, you know, that added up to, you know, that certainly was a contributing factor to this outcome, let's just say. And
Yeah,
also the
I mean-
early rip as well that Danny did not make. Danny had that strat, that Rico isolation. It worked well from the start. In4Fun, unfortunately, had a rough go of it the first time and had
Yeah.
to restart and try again.
Also a shame that In4Fun changed his strategy midway, because I was curious to see where that would lead him. I think he would be much better positioned if he just went with what he had decided.
Yeah, you know, roulette brain, as it is often discussed in matches like this, is certainly a factor. Sometimes, in the heat of you know, the moment and the tension of just being in the grand finale, heightens your average roulette brain, which can cause
Yeah.
all sorts of things. You know, you'll have blind spots. You'll forget to grab something. You'll leave a disguise somewhere. Smuggle something to the wrong location. There's any number of things that we can attribute roulette brain to. So that may have just been a simple case of what it was for In4Fun.
Looks
But
like In4Fun is doing us the favor of finishing the spin. Unless my stream is still playing, right?
Yeah, In4Fun will be completing the spin here. Gets
Oh,
it
yeah,
done
there we
in
go.
about. If you look at that time difference, In4Fun's in-game time was 11 minutes 28 seconds. DaniButa's was
Yeah.
10 minutes and 1 second, and
Yeah.
that was about how long In4Fun was in his first attempt before he hit restart. He gave Danny about a 90-second lead there. So had that
Yeah.
rip not happened, that basically confirms that it would have ended in a photo finish.
Yeah.
Wow. So, and that just highlights at this level, one mistake, one rip can be all it takes, you know, to give your opponent a clear path to victory.
Yeah, that's what's so exciting about these fantastic player matchups. Like,
Yes.
once you see them rip once, then you start worry. Is he in a bad spot right now? And they tend to be. We are off to Miami, which is a very interesting map. Can't remember what Mando tends to say. It's one you can lose.
It is. It's going to come down to the wire. Endurance is the name of the game.
Yeah.
So on and so forth. Yeah, we are. Miami is an In4Fun pick, and I was actually looking at the stats for this earlier. I was trying to see if Miami may have been a tactical pick against DaniButa, and I believe it was, because Danny's win rate on Miami is only 50%. Been there total of 6 times, 3 wins, 3 losses. Meanwhile, In4Fun has been here a whopping 17 times.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. 11 wins, 6 losses. So, you know, I love Miami as far as roulette is concerned, but we almost always tend to see the same lures done on the targets. We see sugar for Sierra and then the laptop for Robert.
Yeah, recently we've been seeing poison the chili shot. Poison the shot up, which works equally well. I wouldn't say it's better or worse. Just less setup.
Yeah, I think Miami is a map that has some unexplored potential, just waiting to be discovered by the roulette enjoyers and the min-maxers and the theory crafters that are out there.
Yeah.
But I tend to enjoy Miami simply for the number of disguises that are on it. Some of the disguises are a bit more involved to grab and don't always work with a spin if a spin tends to be loadout heavy, which it can be. I think more of the interest on Miami spins comes from the disguises that you might see in a spin, as well as some of the harder to find items, such as the scissors, for instance.
Yeah. Now, interesting, interesting example actually, because there are many scissors on the map, but once you try to remember, oh shit, where's the scissors?
Mm-hmm.
That's when
Suddenly,
your trouble starts.
yeah, and then you look, the ones that are closest to you are ones that are in like a trespassing area, let's say, and
Yeah.
it all just comes down to those little decisions about where you decide to get your disguises from, where you decide to get these items that you need from. There are consequences attached to every decision that you make,
Yeah.
and Roulette just sort of brings that out. The consequences of all those decisions will become apparent, sometimes in a very painful way.
What's happening on the In4Fun stream right now is interesting because he seems to be practicing consumed poison for Sierra.
That is one of the trickier spins that can show up on this map. Consume poison on Miami are not fast spins, and they are very sensitive to timing and triggers.
Yeah. Yeah, people tend to do the make Sierra win and do the trophy that she drinks from.
Mm-hmm.
But In4Fun is showing here that you can do it serve her right after she leaves. That's good knowledge.
Yeah, one of those
Yeah.
little areas of knowledge that exists out of the most commonly known meta strategies, where if you know how to pull off some unique approach like that, it can offer you a serious advantage, especially in a matchup like this.
Yeah. Now, for for the spin, I'm hoping we see something that isn't sugar on a car and shooting a laptop for Robert. I'm hoping we get to see something else, something that requires some panic or something like that. Falling object, Robert Knox. That'd be cool.
Yeah, something like that for sure. We have those sorts of standard spins that are compatible with those safe and well-known metas, but there are definitely some opportunities for a spin to be sent to our players that will allow them to take advantage of, um, a strategy outside of those normal metas, like you
Yeah.
said, involving panic or maybe the Florida Man lure for Robert. For instance, winning the race, letting Sierra reach the podium, etc., etc.
Yeah.
We'll see. Hopefully, whatever we get, it's going to be a good show. So, Osh, would you care to take this spin once it arrives here?
Absolutely. Let's see. That's Sierra Knox will be killed with a battle axe by the event security. Robert Knox with a silenced SMG by the crashed Kronstadt driver.
Now,
Okay, this is pretty cool. This is a bit back and forth, though.
yeah, I like this one. Battle Axe for Sierra tends to be annoying when it comes up in practice, simply because it's on the opposite end of the map from Sierra. But as far as it being a spin that we have to watch our players do, I'm glad to see that, because also the crashed Kronstadt driver is very far away from Robert. So this is going to come down to a lot of early game decisions and planning that people make here. So Danny's starting waiter and poisoning the chili shot.
Yeah, and In4Fun is starting on the other side of the map. This is immediately interesting.
Starting as Kronstadt engineer, has the silenced SMG handy. You can't. I wonder if he's going to leave Robert in a spot where he hopes to be able to shoot him from a different location, or if he's just isolating him here. Danny is tearing through the The pit building here has the event security disguise needed for Sierra. Now, this is a trespassing disguise in the Kronstadt garage, so this will be sufficient for peekabooing Sierra. I wasn't sure if these guys were allowed in here or not. So Danny's going to work on getting the crashed Kronstadt driver while he's back here. In4Fun is going to set up Robert, but will need to come back here. Unless he's going to leave him somewhere and shoot at him from another spot.
What I'm really curious to see is like what things they're gonna do to optimize their spin time here,
Yeah,
because
In4Fun...
there's
Sorry,
a
go
lot
ahead.
of stuff going on in this spin.
Yeah, one of the things In4Fun's tending to now is moving that battle axe across the map, because having to get that into the garage, where you're going to be trying to get the kill on Sierra, I mean, you got to haul that thing pretty far. Okay, In4Fun... Oh, what's he doing? Please don't
Yeah,
tell me he's...
he is peekabooing this guy to.
Okay. Wow, this is a pretty interesting method of dealing with those two Kronstadt security. I've not seen that before.
It seems wildly risky, but he pulled it off.
Yeah, I
I'm
like
sure
it.
he knew exactly what he was doing. Oh, he's
Danny has-
probably making sure that when he tries to snipe
Mhm.
Robert Knox, he's not going to be. Gunshots
Nice.
are not going to be heard.
So we are going to be seeing him try to snipe him with the SMG. I hope we get to see that work. Danny is
Yeah.
in the crashed Kronstadt driver disguise now, is going to go take care of Robert, and then we'll backtrack with the axe. He already has Sierra laid out. In4Fun, I feel like... It feels to me like In4Fun is a little bit further behind than Danny here.
I am starting to see that picture as well now, because there's not going to be. I mean, you have to go back and forth anyway,
Sure.
and I think DaniButa's method here is going to be more beneficial.
Yeah.
to him.
I think he's optimized his back and forth a little bit more, perhaps, than In4Fun has. But remember, In4Fun won't have to go back to kill Robert. So
Unless he
you know,
misses
it's still...
the shot.
Yeah, I feel like chat would probably agree that it's still too early to say at this point who is ahead, which is exactly what you would expect here between these two players. And the fact that it's just not the same strategy, I appreciate on such a deep level. Really, one of the coolest parts of Roulette is seeing players not do the same approach. Okay, so Danny's going to grab this axe now. And then Robert is coming to investigate his laptop. Oh my god.
Oh, that was very close.
Oh my god, Danny.
Oh, that is a peekaboo. Oh no.
That's not good. He's coming to investigate, and that is going to hold up the timing for Danny being able to pounce on Robert. Now, he shot that laptop, so Robert will not stay there very long and investigate that laptop. Danny is going to be stuck here in this bathroom.
Looks like he's
for
about
a hot
to
second.
tranquilize the guard, though.
That'll
So
work.
problem solved, I guess.
Okay, all right, Danny. I think he panicked there a little bit. In4Fun, meanwhile, gets himself an event security disguise. Oh. Hopefully, no one heard Robert scream. That was a target lockdown. Yeah, someone's coming to investigate. Oh no, Danny. Not good. He's trying to change disguise and get in front of the guard, but that guard will enforce. Whoa.
I think he got it. I'm not sure, but I think he actually got it.
Danny did it. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, that was stressful.
Insanely clutch save from Danny there. That would not have worked had he not been able to change disguise and get to the guard in the threshold of that door. That was an incredible save.
Yeah, that was amazing. That was some quick thinking there. A lot of people would just
he could have
panic
ripped
and
it.
rip.
He could have ripped it like 6 times there, and he saved it. So really impressive performance there from Danny.
Yeah, absolutely. That was amazing.
In4Fun is about to complete the sugar lure on Sierra here. Just needs to do the peekaboo and get the kill. and then we'll be good to make. We'll need to get the crashed Kronstadt driver and still take the shot on Robert.
47. The race is over.
Danny's working his way back through the crowds with the battle axe in hand. This is so close.
Target down.
See.
Next up, Robert Knox.
All right. In4Fun is going to use the snail here to hopefully make it easier to grab this crashed Kronstadt driver disguise, but with the snail making that music, you know, it might attract the attention of people in the front half of the building. I'm not sure. Danny is about to get the kill on Sierra here. Yeah, Danny.
Yeah, this is looking very, very good for Danny.
Yeah, he's all but out at this point. All right, and Danny is out. In4Fun still needs to get this SMG snipe on Robert. But Danny is done. 6 minutes, 35 seconds in-game time.
Yeah, we got a 6-2 then.
We do have a 6-2 heading into the next match. In4Fun definitely on the back foot here, heading into this next batch of matches, but he is not out of the competition yet, and you would be a fool for thinking that he is.
Yeah, we've seen changes more dramatic than this, and
For
look
sure.
at that. That's the snipe. Will he get it? Oh, he got it.
Beautiful.
Okay, so that wasn't such a bad idea after all then.
Super, super cool to see. Just perhaps not quite as optimized as Danny's approach, but still a really awesome strat. Love to see it worked out for him.
Must hurt a bit to be this close to the finish and then get that message
Yeah.
that your opponent has finished.
Yeah. Well, that was a really tense Miami. I like the fact that, you know, the disguises the Crash Kronstadt driver needed for Robert. That was an awesome Miami spin for a finale match. So
Yeah,
really
absolutely.
well played by both, and a well-deserved win from Danny there. So heading into the next round of matches, we have Paris and New York, and I believe the Shoutcasters are going to change up here again.
Yep.
You are correct.
So hopefully we come back, because I want to see more of this match.
I hope so.
I
hope
agree
so.
with you. I agree with you. But we'll see you guys back regardless, either for the post-match talk, but hopefully for more maps. I think everyone wants to see more of these two players. So yeah, guys, see you in a little bit.
For sure. Enjoy.
All right. See you later.
See you in a bit,
Bye.
guys.
So, Observer, we're back. Thoughts so far on the previous two maps?
So close from both players. Danny obviously did so well. Straight in there, no rip on Santa Fortuna. Same with Miami, although I don't think In4Fun had one either, but yeah, just a little bit faster all the time, and it paid off. Not really much to say about him.
Nah, In4Fun had one slight little rip with the bridge ISO, which kind of made all the difference there.
Yeah.
Because like they were like a minute apart or so. Like that one little restart when he tried to seek a Rico, he had a rip, he had a restart, and that pretty much determined Santa Fortuna. And Miami, neither player ripped. Danny was really close to ripping. Had an amazing save there. But yeah, overall he just had the quickest threat there, didn't he?
Yeah, I could definitely see the idea that In4Fun had. It does seem smarter to... You can't throw the battle axe across the map, but you can shoot a couple of SMG bullets across the map, so it did seem logical in terms of the idea. But yeah, it's just little things. Setting up sugars, waiting for Robert, just didn't add up, and Danny just was in so quickly. There was no catching up to him, quite honestly.
Yeah, but to be fair, it was still a good stretch from In4Fun, which would have netted him a win against a lot of players here. I mean, he didn't rip at all. But yeah, it was about
True.
a minute slower, I'd say.
Yeah,
And,
I think he just got outside of the photo finish. So it was about 47 seconds to a minute. He was slower than him.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that's basically, I want to say, the really first time this final, where it was really a matter of a strat being faster than the other. Like previous maps, it was mostly the same strat, pretty much, and it was based on rips or like planning time or whatever that determined the outcome. But this was, if I recall correctly, the first time where it was really purely just the strat that made the difference here. And now we're on to Paris, Observer. Thoughts?
Oh, what a map, huh? The one of the oldest ones in the trilogy. It's one of those maps. Like I said before, you'd like to think it's kind of solved, but there's so much potential, so many strats again from each player, and this is definitely the kind of map we could see some deviation because we don't expect some crazy shenanigans from them. I'd like to see some Vampire Magician, of course, as always, for Victor. See if we get anything interesting from that. But besides that, yeah, hopefully no Sophist troubles.
It is kind of interesting though, if we quickly look at the stats, Observer. So Danny played it 7 times and In4Fun played it 8 times, despite being around way longer.
Yeah, it's actually quite crazy. That's almost really good for Danny because chances are then he picked, or maybe he got that picked more against him. But yeah, it's hard to say if Danny's picks are favoring that. I might quickly check before we kick in.
I mean, he was also the one that picked it this time around, of course.
Yeah, and yeah, it seems like he's picked it twice throughout his RR periods. Yeah, just twice. And I think for In4Fun it's a little bit more, but because of the experience.
Yeah. But yeah, 6-2 here. DaniButa is in the driving seat here at the moment. And
Yeah.
let's hope that In4Fun can take it back so we get to see more maps. Hopefully, we're 20 seconds away from
Yeah, I would
Paris.
love to see a comeback story from In4Fun, especially to get Barbegue back for one more match, or at least one more map. It'd be lovely to see, but it's definitely In4Fun's to lose now, and he's got to win this Paris if he wants to stay in. And I hope we see something good.
Well, what do we have? You can tell us.
Alrighty, so we have Viktor Novikov, Loud Explosive Weapon, as the Stylist, and Dalia Margolis, Sniper Rifle Auction Staff. Now that's a spicy spin.
Spicy, I would say quick.
Yeah, I mean spicy in the sense of they could do some crazy stuff here. We might see some helicopter snipes. I never know what we're gonna see.
I mean, with Loud Explosive Victor, right? Depending on when you're leaving him, you kind of want to do that for last. But yeah, tech start obviously for both players, and we do see a little diversion here already, Observer.
Yeah. So it looks like In4Fun maybe bringing down Dalia from the fireworks, whereas Danny is just going to deal with Victor. Yeah, interesting approach here from both players. And yeah, In4Fun is bringing Dalia down, waiting for that timing. Yeah, how is this going to look? Maybe In4Fun will catch Victor by the bathroom or by that room.
It does look like DaniButa just want to get the Victor kill out of the way straight away, by the looks of it.
Yeah, not a bad idea at all, and I don't think Danny popped those fireworks, did he?
I'm not entirely sure. I don't think so, though.
Yeah, I would hope not.
In4Fun definitely has. But yeah, Danny went to under the basement stairs for the large smuggle there, got the sniper. In4Fun is about to do the same.
Yeah, so close in terms of what they're doing, but yeah, In4Fun getting Dalia first, and Danny just getting the smuggle first, so curious if it's going to line up again like we saw with some of the other spins. They tend to catch up to each other very quickly around the end of these maps.
Yeah.
There's our first disguise as well, Auction Staff for Danny. And yeah, looks like Danny did pop those fireworks late. Is going to try snipe Dalia, it seems.
Yeah, he's actually climbing up.
Oh,
So
wow. This is nice.
different strats here. I am
Yeah,
liking
that
I am liking In4Fun's approach here more though, because we are gonna see the kill for him here already. Dahlia is down. Just needs to either box her or drag her a little for Sovus, but say he's in a slight lead there.
it's so close. Although Danny can go straight down that pipe, and he's pretty close to that stylist, and he's probably going to go for that basement exit. It's really hard to tell who's in the lead.
Oof. Yeah, but so is In4Fun. In4Fun is in the lead here.
Wow, yeah, this
Just-
is
just-
agonizingly close.
Just barely. It's actually DaniButa who gets the disguise about 3 seconds earlier. And,
Oh, wow.
and holy shit, but Danny is on a timer here. Like he lured the guard down.
Yeah, I wonder how much time he actually has. He even goes for the stair slide, which could be the difference in those seconds that this photo finish is going to come to if we get a finish from both player, which we do.
This
Oh my
this is a
God.
photo finish. Yeah, absolutely. This is like 1 second apart. I even looked at the finish times. This is 1 second apart. We might actually see a draw here, guys.
Wow.
Which would mean another map.
Yeah, it's going to come down to that loading time at the beginning now. That's the only thing really that can...
Yeah, but Danny
Way
has,
dash.
Danny has an insanely quick load though. My money observer would be that this map ends in a draw, because I actually was looking at the finished pop up, like under their
Yeah.
names, of course, and it literally was a second apart. I'm sure
wow.
Chris is typing right now. Let's see what he says. I'm betting 1 second apart.
Yeah, I sure hope so. It's going to make it fun for this photo finish.
And he is. Oh, it's way more
Oh.
actually. The streams
wow.
might not have been completely synced up. 6 seconds. Still though, Danny has an insane
Yeah.
loading time. So In4Fun needs 4 seconds to make up.
Yeah, that's
For
going to be
those,
tough to get, but Danny has fast loads, like he said.
Yeah, just to inform chat who isn't aware, what they're currently doing, the match admin is calculating their loading times. They finished 6 seconds apart. So now they're gonna track the loading times from that. And if after that, the difference between the two players is 2 seconds or less, the map will finish in a draw, which means both players get 1 point, and the score would be 7-3, and we would go on to another map. If Danny keeps a lead of at least or more than 2 seconds, he will win the map and the grand final here. So yeah, big pressure on our match admin here, and excruciating for both players, of course, having to wait for this.
Yeah, I can't imagine being In4Fun or Danny right now. One of them away from losing and one from winning. But yeah, like a lot of people are saying, you can't really... although it's so close, you'd never wave the right for this photo finish.
Nah, not
you
with
gotta
6
wait
seconds.
for this one.
Not with 6 seconds.
Definitely not. But yeah, it's going to be close, and probably going to take a little bit of time for Chris, because this is a very important photo finish, probably one of the most important ones we've had.
Yeah. And yeah, we wait. Also, also interesting observer here. Like their strats diverted a little, right? But if you look at
Yeah.
their in-game times, 2:54 versus 2:57.
Yeah, exactly. As I was saying, when In4Fun was going down for the smuggle and Danny was coming up from it, they did things in different orders, but they always line up so nicely at the end. And yeah, they're just such matched players. It's actually crazy how equal we saw even when they were practicing for Stand for Two. I don't know if you saw that, Fro, but they were literally second for second doing Red Fox strat,
Yeah.
perfectly in sync over and over. They're just so equal. It's amazing
It's
to
what
see.
you love to see, and it's the exact same story as the console final this morning between Buff Guy and Vanium. Also, just like so equal, and like the score just doesn't tell the whole story. It's just like such small little details here, but yeah, it could be over. It could not be over. I think
I know everybody
I
is.
think it's safe to say it's either gonna be a map win for Dani or a draw.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I don't expect. What would we need? 9 seconds of loading gained from In4Fun to get out of the draw and take the win, which is
Yeah,
highly unlikely.
8.5.
Yeah, but you never know. That's why we do photo finishes.
Yeah.
But yeah, the
And,
chat wants more.
And a lot of the people in the chat that are familiar with it, we are being very, very precise with it. There's no room for error, really.
Yeah, you got to. Just in case something does happen. And we've seen it time and time again. We have half of a second photo finish not too recently.
Yeah.
I think it was Pidgey and Blythe's game. And yeah, that's why you got to go down to the
And
wire
also,
just in case.
And also, Chris is our match admin is asking for assistance from the other admins. He wants more people on it, which is perfectly sensible. Like this is so important and it's so close. So bear with us, chat. We need to give the match admin some time here because it can literally come down to half a second here between winning and a draw, presumably. So we need to make sure that it's accurate. Bear with us.
Yeah, let's see. Our next map as well, if I'm not mistaken, would have been New York.
Yeah.
Would have been a great map to also see for both players. Another quick one. And yeah, this photo finish. It's hard to even think of anything else to talk about because my brain is just waiting for that message from Chris.
Yeah. I'm just silently waiting here. But yeah, we do have Mando, who is also going to calculate the loading times here. So we have 2 admins on this. So it might take a few more minutes here. Luckily, it's not like the other match between Pajero and Blythe on that Ambrose, where they both had like 8 restarts or something, which took ages.
Oh,
it was
wow.
just the initial load here. And,
yeah, Fro, what would you think was the key there in that part? I was just trying to recount what the players did differently. We saw similar strats, but they deviated a little bit. We saw the Dahlia kill was the main one. Do you think that getting Dahlia up on the top for Dani was better than In4Fun getting Dahlia in the middle room by the auction?
I mean, just look at the times. It looks like it barely makes a difference, really.
Yeah.
I might run this spin later tonight myself and give a more educated answer there, observer.
That sounds good. Don't forget to add me, and I'll check those vids out. For sure. But yeah, curious to see what the ultimate strat would have been. Of course, doesn't matter even if one was faster. The times they got are the times they got.
Yeah,
with
exactly.
those strats. So shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Exactly, and the chat is retailing hard as well. They want more maps. They're pressuring the admins. Yeah, I can't blame them really. I wanna see more maps as well between these two. It's a great show so far.
Amazing.
Yeah. And yeah, it is first to 8, so if it does end in a draw, Danny will be still on match point on 7 points this time. Still not there yet. Still room for In4Fun to potentially catch up. And yeah, this is just it's the worst for the players really. Like sure, we viewers are impatient. We just want to know where we're at, but it's like tenfold for the players involved. Because it's out of your control completely. You can't do anything anymore.
No, you can't. And the chat is absolutely hyper. Oh my god.
Yeah, I can't blame them. You guys are amazing in chat, by the way. Thanks for being here. Awesome turnout. And I'm glad you guys are all here for this amazing grand final between these two top players. It's great to see.
Yeah, as nice as it would be to get more maps, the better player has to win. As much as I would love to see in New York between these two.
Yeah, I wouldn't even necessarily say the better player. It's just like you said, it's form of the day and small little details. Like they could play,
true.
they could play again tomorrow, and it could be could go the other way, but it's still not
Yeah,
done.
exactly.
We see Chris typing yet again. Chat, calm down, calm down. We will know soon. Calm down. We will see more maps. Yes or no? Calm down.
It must be in the rules that admins have to go into matchups, type some random word, delete it, just so the shoutcasters are constantly like, oh.
Nah, I happen
He's
to know
doing
that
it.
that Chris posts his stuff there already. Like for example, he starts with Danny, right, and then he posts it there. So he is typing, and also look at the reactions in the matchup channel. It's going crazy. Look at that 20 reactions already. Everyone is look at that. It's going up and
That's
up. Look,
great.
25. Holy 30.
Wow, the whole chat is there. That's hilarious.
The whole chat is there. Chat, you're awesome.
That's amazing.
Also
Oh, we got
pressure.
another one
Also
going.
pressure for the match admins here. Holy shit! Let's go. Look how quickly it catches. You guys are awesome. I love you.
Chat is gonna crash the server. Wow.
And we have it. Will you read it out, Observer? We got the result.
My god. So Danny loaded for 7.11 seconds. In4Fun loaded for 11.48, which means the lead was reduced down to 1.63. So we have a draw, and we are going to be moving on to the next map at 27 past the hour. Oh my god.
You got your wish, chat.
We did it, chat.
You're right. You're going crazy. Help.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm amazed by that. I did hope In4Fun would gain the time back, but I didn't actually expect that 6 seconds to get reduced down.
And
But yeah,
so close. By 2300 of a second. It does unfortunately mean, chat, because I didn't put in a third option. I have to cancel the predictions because there was no winner here, sadly. But I think you can live with that because, yes, we're going to go see another map between these two amazing players. Chat is happy. Look at them.
wow.
Chat is awesome.
Yeah. Chaz and May, I have such a smile on my face just from seeing the absolute hyperness from everybody. It's so nice.
It is amazing to see. You guys are awesome.
Wow. I'm shell shocked from that from the riot and from the tie we got, and we are going to not Dartmoor, New York even. Thank God, not Dartmoor.
Yeah, and the new prediction is up. Unbelievable. I'm still laughing about those reactions on the previous post one quiz. 37 reactions, 28 on the other. You guys are crazy.
Yeah, we gotta get that framed for sure.
That's absolutely awesome. Oh, what a match.
Yeah, what a match, and it's not over. We're going to New York, and it's In4Fun's pick too, Froat, so...
Yeah, In4Fun, arguably, I'd say like New York is actually his strongest map.
Yeah.
Or at least in his top 3 for sure. He's very, very, very strong and experienced. I mean, look at that. He played it 17 times already. But Danny is no slouch either. Played it 6 times, and he's... it's also a map that favors him. It's a map that favors both of these players, really. They're both really good. And I'm calling it now. We might see another photo finish.
Oh,
but in
for
this
sure.
case, we do have to say, though, Observer, if it ends in another draw, then it is over, because Danny will reach 8 points with that. So In4Fun needs nothing short of a win here to keep going.
Yeah, definitely, Fro. So yeah, In4Fun needs everything to go his way now. He needs all the wins if he wants to even be in with a chance now. He needs to win 3 maps in a row even. Of course, he could win 2 in a draw, and then we have some fun stuff to deal with. But yeah, who knows what this is going to end up in. And hopefully we see some strats that have some variation, although it can be tough at times to get variation on New York.
It's one of
Well,
the
you never
maps
know.
where it's the hardest, really. Like even harder than Dartmoor, I would say. Even though I much prefer New York.
Yeah, New York has a couple of elements that it's a lot easier to rip. I feel in New York, a lot of discs, a lot of guards enforcing, and getting some disguises up can be tough.
Yeah.
But yeah, sure, In4Fun feels somewhat good knowing he's not kicked out and he can move on to a map that was his pick.
Yeah, I still like our more than 130 people in the chat going crazy, and they actually get what they wanted, which was a draw. It's absolutely crazy and amazing.
Yeah, you gotta love it. So good. I can't believe they brought it into tuition. It's the power of chat for you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just scrolling up slightly, right, and it's just complete spam mayhem, complete riots and everything. People going crazy.
Oh, it's so good.
It
And
is
yeah,
actually
I'm so happy
good.
we get to do one more map. Whether it's the final one or not, chat got what they wanted. So they're the real roulette rival winners in my books now.
True that. Chat is absolutely amazing. You guys are awesome. And again, already thanks for being here. But yeah, I could go for even more maps, to be honest, Observer.
Me too.
I'm not being biased there or anything, just as an objective viewer, right? I just want to see the most maps possible. So, yeah. Another, Danny is so close now. New York, 15 seconds, guys. What a matchup so far. And are we going to see another map, yes or no? We will see the answer within the next 5 minutes or so, depending on photo finishes. And we do have the New York spin here, and we have Athena Zavales, injected poison as investment banker, and it's a speedrun spin as well.
Oh wow, this is
actually a speedrun spin.
And In4Fun's already in, and that's key on this map. Assuming no rips, getting in straight away is vital. And yeah, look at this. Going for security guard start, wants to get that Mateo disc dealt with, which is always a good strat.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, this is just like one of the older Silent Assassin speedruns. Like this.
Yeah,
this
exactly.
And now I'm really curious, is one of these two players, are they gonna crash the stock market here?
I thought we were going to see it as well. The trank on the investment banker and crash it would have been so nice to see.
Are they going to do it? They would be so incredible legends if they're willing to risk that. That would be absolutely insane.
Yeah, now it's a bit of a deviation. We see Danny dealing with cams.
Danny was thinking about it, but...
Oh wow, he does get it.
He actually goes for it, the mad lad. He actually goes for crashing the stock market here. The absolute mad lad, he's going for it in a fucking grand final of a Roulette Rivals tournament.
Wow.
What? This is insane, and In4Fun is going for the standard. This is actually insane.
Oh my. And Danny even used a micro explosive for the cams so he could actually panic those guards and get past. This is so nice from Danny,
Yeah, he's gonna do this. If he doesn't get a GRB in any way, this is...
No way does he pull this off.
Yeah,
Oh, and he rips. Think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's over. Yeah. And in the meantime, In4Fun gets the kill. We'll grab the CEO keycard. And we'll go to the exit shortly. But I gotta say, massive props to Danny there for going for it. Also, of course, his lead allows for it. It would have been even crazier if it was like 7-7 or 6-6, right? And then going for it. But you can't ask more. The fact that he went for it, absolute mad lad. Nothing but respect for Danny there.
And yeah, In4Fun gets the trank onto Fabian as well.
Yeah, this is over. This is over. No shot.
Wow. Yeah, big props to Danny. He gave chat what they wanted, more maps. And just like that, we're handing it back over to Barb, and it's crazy.
Exactly. I gotta say, Observer, I'm super conflicted about this one. Because on one hand, right, I'm happy that we get to see more maps, right? I think everyone is. But on the other hand, the fact that Danny is such a legend that he had the balls to go for that strat. Like that deserved it, right? That
Yeah.
deserved a map win for him. Just the fact that he went for it. I'm so conflicted about this, but as I said, we see more maps, so I'm happy either way. But unbelievable.
Yeah, amazing, and perfect time to hand it over to the two casters, who I definitely think you didn't expect to be coming back for another map.
Man, how good was that?
Oh my god.
I was crossing all my fingers for a tie on that last one.
Yeah, we get what we all really want, which is more maps. So this is the
Yeah.
best possible outcome for us, at
Absolutely
least.
insane. And we could even see another one after this. We could see a 7-7 here. All right, guys. Observer and me are going to take a back seat. Have a lot of fun. I'm sure you will with this matchup. It's insane.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ooh, all right, gang. Holy hell.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to Hokkaido then. Another
Yeah.
potentially fast map.
Very, yeah. It is unlikely that we will see a Hokkaido spin take longer than 4 or 5 minutes, roughly, I would say. And we're gonna have our spin in just over 4 minutes. I imagine Frode is getting some predictions ready. If you guys care to make any predictions on who you think is gonna win. Ooh, how you feeling, Osh? I was clenching. I was so tense the entire time. I smoked a cigarette to try and calm down, but it just made my anxiety worse.
Yeah.
My heart feels like it's beating through my chest and trying to leap up out of my throat. And man, roulette just doesn't get any better than it is right now. This is peak roulette.
This is how I hoped this final would go.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
same.
this is just a wonderful gameplay from both of them, and just DaniButa going for the crashing the stock market in New York.
Oh yeah, you
Brilliant.
gotta love the boldness of trying to pull off that strat. Just props for that alone.
I mean, it could have worked.
It could have.
It looked like it definitely could have worked.
Yeah,
So
for sure. Looking at some of our statistics heading on to Hokkaido here, we can see Danny has been here a total of 9 times, 6 wins, 3 losses. One of those times was against In4Fun and lost to In4Fun.
yeah.
Going to In4Fun's performance here has been here a total of 14 times, 10 wins, 4 losses. So obviously In4Fun being the more experienced long-term member of the Hitman community, his numbers are a bit higher. So it looks better on paper for In4Fun, but it could go any way heading into the match here.
Yeah, these players are so evenly matched that I wouldn't be surprised if I mean I don't have a favorite going into Hokkaido.
Sure.
I think they're
No. Yeah, I don't either. Very evenly matched.
yeah.
They've
I do
been-
hope that In4Fun is going to win, so we get a 7-7
Oh, of course, yes.
because that's going to be super exciting.
It is a known bias that all shoutcasters and I can't necessarily speak for the roulette admins if I can't speak if they're a fan of it, but I know that we like being here for all of the action. We like the deciders, the high stakes. We can handle the pressure being ratcheted
Yeah.
up as high as it can go, and obviously that demands a lot of our players as well. Just imagine where their heads are at, if we can, for a moment, right? Danny probably feeling a little nervous here. He is ahead. He only needs 1 win, and then that's it. He's the champion. But he gave up some ground there with New York, and In4Fun is hot on his heels. If he takes Hokkaido, it is as closely matched as it could possibly be. Both players
And-
1 point away from victory.
DaniButa actually showed up in chat here in this broadcast and said that please no more maps. I'm tired. So we'll
Yeah.
see. We'll see how this goes.
The
his
fatigue and the pressure is gotta be just insane.
And he has a problem with his game. It keeps crashing.
Yeah,
So,
that's definitely a complicating factor as well. Hopefully, those technical issues seem to have been staying out of most of the competitive parts of the stream, so hopefully that continues to be the case.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is just like I said, peak roulette. The tides are shifting. Danny could close it up here in Hokkaido, but In4Fun could continue to fight back, take 2 more points, and force a true decider of the outcome of the grand finale, which,
Yeah.
man, what a treat that would be. Really, really holding out for that. We just want as many maps as possible, and we want a good show. And may the
And
best...
ending it on Mendoza as well. Not everyone's favorite map, but matches in Mendoza tend to be, I mean, they're often quite exciting.
I think so too. And
and we
how could you
see
not be excited between these 2 players?
Yeah, and we see players like with very deviating strats. Is that the
Mhm.
right word? Yeah, in
Yes.
Mendoza. So exciting.
Yeah. If we get the right spin, if Hitmaps sees fit to serve us the right spin, we can be all in store for, quite a treat.
Is there anything special you want to see in Hokkaido or?
I used to think about what spins I want to see, but I kind of think that getting expectations, built for a certain spin before it arrives just leads to disappointment when it arrives and it's not what you were hoping for. And just
Yeah.
trying to enjoy whatever is served, I think works better for me. Keeps my keeps my spirits high from the shoutcaster's position at least.
That is a very good attitude.
Yeah, whatever we get, I'm sure it's going to be a good watch. With these 2 players in the spotlight here.
Yeah,
But
I'm
Spin's
always
going to
just
be
hoping
here.
for something that breaks the meta strategies.
I agree. Why don't you tell us what we have here?
It's Eric Soder's Shoot the Heart as the helicopter pilot. Yuki Yamasaki Falling Object as bodyguard.
Ooh, nice.
All right.
Falling object for Yuki is great. That's a great kill condition for her because it's probably one of the harder kills to get on Yuki.
Yeah.
Danny starting straight away. Wow. Blasting through that planning phase, going to be getting the helicopter pilot nails right off the bat, it seems. I think In4Fun's going for a surgeon start as well. Indeed.
Yeah, chat is saying that falling object is easy. I'm not sure. Not sure everyone doing falling object agrees with that, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's, as far as interesting kill conditions go, it's one of the more interesting ones because there are several ways to get a falling object on Yuki, and they aren't all equal opportunities, in terms of timing and risk.
Yeah.
So In4Fun had to do a bit of replaying there. Didn't like the loadout pistol. I think had a Seeker instead of a Calmer. So the loadout's been squared away. Danny about 30 seconds ahead in game time.
But he is luring all the wrong people to...
Yeah.
He was hoping to lure the helicopter pilot down in the stairs, but he is getting bodyguards and handyman.
Fun's looking real good here, I think, because Danny's just, this is all a means to an end to getting the helicopter pilot. Fun's already in it. And off onto the next part here. Going to go take care of the heart. Now, shooting the heart, killing Soder's first does move around lots of NPCs, puts lots of people in motion on Hokkaido.
Yeah.
So this will be something.
Well,
may
not.
Present...
You're actually wrong there. Shooting the heart is one of the things that doesn't.
Oh yeah,
move
you're
people
right.
around.
You're absolutely right.
So that should be one of the safer, more predictable kills.
All right, so Danny has got himself the helicopter disguise now. Helicopter pilot disguise, going to be taking care of the heart. In4Fun actually opting not to get it outright, stashing the helicopter pilot disguise there, and going to take care of Yuki first, maybe? Danny is taking care of the heart outright.
I think In4Fun is went to pick up a sniper to do the heart.
Indeed, you're right. Danny had
might cost him a bit, actually.
Yeah.
Compared to DaniButa's pistol kill.
Danny, I think, has sort of pulled head a little bit here.
But yeah, I mean, DaniButa is further along on the timer, which is beneficial for him.
So
for the falling object kill.
Danny is in position to get Yuki with one of the falling chandeliers as she's walking up the stairs when she exits her room. This is a tricky falling object kill to pull off on Yuki because a lot of times the falling object will hit her guard as well. Her guard is like right on her heels when she's going up the stairs. Now it can be dealt with. There are some ways you can, you could use a calmer dart here, for instance, on the bodyguard that's following most closely. Briefcase might help. Toss distraction could do it, but it does require something. So Danny's going to go up here and get ready to take this shot.
I am very curious about why In4Fun is bringing his sniper along. Is he just attached to it, or does he have a plan here?
Oh, okay, he's going for it. And he gets the non-target kill. No! Danny, unfortunately, does not
no.
work out for him.
Oh man. Yeah, that happens on those chandeliers.
There's one technique I know that works, which is calmering the guard that is behind Yuki, but in front of the other bodyguard.
Yeah.
That will stop the bodyguard behind, and just Yuki will continue along under the chandelier, and you can get that falling object kill very easily. It's a safe spot to take the shot from. In4Fun is going to be working to get this kill now as well. It doesn't seem like it's going to work out, though, because
no,
her guard was
that's
right
not
on top of
working.
her.
Oh, that is a shame for In4Fun then.
In4Fun is going to need to find the next falling object opportunity on Yuki.
Yeah, that is going to be... I'm guessing he's gonna make her go into the restaurant. Oh, it's In4Fun. Oh, there we go.
In4Fun grabbing the pack of cigarettes. Don't know if that's
trigger for her to go to the restaurant if the cigarettes are lying there.
Or may just be the kind of Hitman OCD of picking up anything that has the pickup prompt as you're walking past it.
He did consciously go into the room with the cigarettes, though.
Correct.
Which must mean something.
It wasn't for the cowboy statue. Yep, he's placing the cigarettes right there in the restaurant.
Is the thinking here that this is going to make her go quicker to the restaurant? Because I don't actually know about that.
I don't know enough to say definitively.
No, I know that preparing the sushi will make her go to the restaurant, but this I have no idea about. And he got his sniper back.
Rifle. That's not going to stay as evidence.
He can be in a very good position if he then goes close to the helicopter exit then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this might be good for In4Fun. Unless DaniButa just zooms along and gets it.
Yeah, Danny already has Soder's down, is in the disguise needed for Yuki. She's going to be coming out of her room here again. I hope he figures something out here, because if he can make this happen a bit quicker, he might be able to make up some ground here that In4Fun seems to have gained on him.
Yeah, 47 is saying in the chat that the cigarettes have no impact on when she goes to the restaurant. I know for sure that preparing the sushi will make her go to the restaurant, though, so maybe he got the two things mixed up.
It's possible. In either case, we're not seeing Danny do either of those. He is really banking on trying to get her with this falling object outside of her room. I'll be interested to see what techniques he decides to use here to make this work a little bit better this time, because he's not going to do the same thing as last time.
Yeah, but I mean, this is a very difficult falling object, the one in the stairs. People say it's easy, but I mean, I've seen so many experienced players get non-target kills on it, so...
Yeah. It's definitely one worth practicing. This is one worth practicing for sure.
Yeah.
He's just taking the shot outright, and he gets the non-target kill yet again. And that is not a strange occurrence. More often than not, you will get a non-target kill with that falling object by default. So I guess Danny was just hoping for different luck with the guard's distance behind her, but in my opinion, that should be expected to happen. You need to deal with that guard and get him. You got to peel him off of her. In4Fun is lining up the sniper shot now. Yuki's in the restaurant. She's not under the falling object yet, but she will be soon.
So this very long Hokkaido is actually going to possibly win In4Fun the map.
And it will force a true. Oh my gosh! In4Fun's running around up there with a sniper.
I think did he miss it?
No, he gets it.
Oh, wow.
Wow! Nice. Oh my goodness.
Nice.
So close. I thought for a second he lost it there at the end because it was a bullet impact notice, I think, due to the bullet traveling through the glass. But it
guys,
didn't matter.
do you know what this means? We're getting
is-
another map.
This is the best possible outcome for a Roulette Rivals event. It comes down to literally the last possible match it could be. Both players are 1 point away
This is
from
incredible.
being crowned Roulette Rivals 9 champion.
This is how evenly matched they are. They are 7-7 in the first to 8.
Just insane. It's like, it feels like Christmas. This feels like a present that we
Yeah.
get to be here for just a match that has gone tit for tat, back and forth. The tides have shifted several times, and it all comes down to one decider spin on Mendoza.
Yeah.
This,
I feel like we lucked out on this one.
Yeah, yeah, we sure did. We sure did. Great way, best possible way to enjoy a roulette match, and for it to come to a conclusion as well. The pressure could not possibly be higher. Fatigue is at an all-time high.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Nerves are barely intact at this point. They've just got to be so squeezed with stress, and I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine what our players are feeling like right now. I would not want to be in their position.
Look at these stats. I feel like DaniButa's got a hell of an advantage here now.
Ooh,
That is
numbers.
not looking good for In4Fun here.
The numbers do not lie. 5
Uh-oh.
wins, 2 losses, and 1 previously recorded win against In4Fun for Danny. In4Fun, on the other hand, 7 wins, 8 losses. Obviously, one of those losses from Danny. Now, I will say, while the statistics may look damning on paper, I do believe that at a certain point, a player's weakest map, or a map where they're racking up lots of losses on, becomes a map in their mind that they recognize as a map they need to practice and get better
Absolutely.
at. Because other players will pick a map that they perceive you to be weak on or poorly practiced on against you. And that, but see, interestingly, this map was chosen by In4Fun, right? So he's picked a map that he has a bit of a track record on of, losing a fair amount of matches. So I wouldn't necessarily say with confidence that this is a map he's not good at.
It is possible that he's actually decided to get good at it.
Exactly. That's exactly right. And you have great reason to get good at a map when players continually pick one against you that they think, oh, you're weak on it. And then you show up for the next tournament like, boom, I've been practicing, now what? I'm not so weak, not as weak as you thought I was. That may be the sort of energy that In4Fun will be showing off here, being that he chose to do battle on Mendoza.
Every time I see a match in Mendoza, I look at the bottom of the screen and I'm reminded that there's a map record that is ripe for being wrecked.
I was there for that match. You set 2 records that match, longest Colorado and also the map record for Mendoza. What was that spin? It was like a waiter for Yates and then bodyguard for Tamara or something insane like that.
Not bodyguard, but mercenary.
Yeah.
No, waiter for Tamara and mercenary for
there you go.
Yates, which is even easier.
Yeah, definitely a world record spin.
Yeah.
Might see it broken. We may see it broken today. These two obviously don't mess around, and certainly have the capability, I think, of shattering records.
Looks like Danny has another game crash. This is This must be stressful for him to experience this kind of technical problems right in the middle
sure.
of the grand finals.
Yeah. Timing could be a little bit better there.
Now, yeah, I see in the Discord chat someone talking about there was an excellent match recently in Mendoza. I think it was Gordiniroy versus Currymaker, where Currymaker didn't have unlocked the Molotov and they got a fire kill.
Yes.
So he ended up dragging Don Yates for 10 minutes or something
Yeah.
to
I
the
was
nearest
there.
fire barrel. Yeah.
I believe I was casting that match actually, and yeah, Curry won a lot of props and adoration from chat just for having the gumption to take on that spin and pulling it off. He did get the kill that way,
Yeah, it did.
but
It was
it was
amazing.
a lot of work for sure. But yeah, man, I just I'm sweating. I'm sitting in a comfortable room and yet I am sweating because this is just here we are. It's all going to be over soon. Someone's going to be Roulette Rivals 9 champion and one of these players will not. But man, what a show. Either way, whoever's not, just because you're not the champion doesn't mean you didn't put on a hell of a show and fight really hard. This is going to be a hard fought victory for whoever is crowned the champion.
Yeah, I mean, we have how many viewers do we have now? This is almost 150 viewers.
That's crazy. This is
Which
peak
is
competitive Hitman. If you're just tuning into the stream here, this is the last matchup, last map battle in the grand finals of a Roulette Rivals tournament between two extremely skilled and well practiced competitive Hitman players.
and yeah, I believe it's been discussed, but they're both Hungarian as well.
Yeah,
So
so it's
they're
Hungary
basically neighbors.
v Hungary, indeed.
Yeah. All right, 20 seconds until
Oh man,
the spin.
I might need to take a sedative or something. My heart is just jumping through my chest right now.
Agent, get ready. Duel
I'm gonna let you read the spin then.
9, 9.
And then we'll be off to the races.
7, 6, 6, 5, 5, 4, 4, 3.
All right,
3,
here we are.
2,
Don
1.
Archibald Yates with an assault rifle disguised as the chief winemaker, and Tamara Vidal eliminated with a screwdriver disguised as head of security Cortazar. So, two unique disguises
Yeah.
for the kills here on this match. And assault rifle, is that one that they're going to grab on the map, I wonder? Wait or start for both. They're not messing around here. There's no time to waste at all.
There are
fun-
assault rifles on the map, of course, but it would probably be safe to do a silenced one.
Sure. And a bit of a deviation already is that In4Fun grabbed a couple coins and a bottle of wine. Danny did not.
Yeah, Danny is using the bubble gum to
Yes.
get her to pass out on her own without knocking her out.
This may be the advantage that ends up counting for a lot for Danny.
So what they're doing now is that they're just starting with isolating their targets as soon as possible, and then they're going to sort their disguises and kill methods out after.
That's
Which
right.
is probably a smart idea on this map. Because
Yeah,
the targets move around so much that this is predictable.
Yeah, and the harder parts of this spin are the disguise grabs.
Yeah. Yeah, and any interaction with Chief Winemaker will also trigger like a movement of at least Tamara.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a couple moving parts here to be cognizant of as you move through this spin. But both players do get Don Yates pacified on his balcony. No one appears to be coming up to investigate any of the frontal KOs or combat that occurred. Danny's got himself a mercenary disguise already. In4Fun working on getting himself the same disguise. Both players are very evenly matched here. In4Fun a few seconds ahead in game time.
Yeah, and DaniButa has paused, wondering what to do probably.
Maybe checking for a screwdriver, perhaps.
Yeah, maybe. Off the top of my head, I can't remember where the screwdriver is in Mendoza. Alright, so In4Fun looks like he is angling in on the head of security.
Cortazar, yep, he's going to plant that emetic device at his feet, which will send him off into the bathroom.
Trying to get it far enough from Corvo Black to
Danny opting to just seeker from across a table of quiet patrons.
yeah, this is such a weird game mechanic that it took me a while to understand that there are NPCs, non-playable characters, and there are fake NPCs, which will not react to you flashing a gun and shooting someone.
They react in a sort of indirect way. They will create noise that real NPCs will hear and come to investigate, but they will not compromise you if you do something outright illegal in front of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a strange mechanic that allows some wiggle room, as we just saw Danny take advantage of. Now, In4Fun has... Was that Corvo Black who just walked into the bathroom? Oh no, he's got both of them. I hope they're not going to go into the same bathroom.
No, but he's going to go into a bathroom where there's a knocked out guy.
Yeah,
that is a problem.
That's not good. He does have the snail handy here. He's just going to place the snail.
Oh yeah, this is a good solution.
He's going to pacify Corvo Black and take the head of security disguise that he needs for Tamara.
Meanwhile, DaniButa has been in the disguise for a while. And he is on his way to Tamara to kill her.
Now, where does he have his silenced assault rifle already? Has he brought it, left it in a briefcase, I wonder?
I don't know, but right now he only needs a screwdriver to Tamara's head.
Yep, gets the Tamara kill.
And In4Fun went a long way to get that screwdriver.
Yeah.
DaniButa found one that was closer.
Danny now working on the chief winemaker disguise. In4Fun running back up to deal with Tamara. Still needs to work on the chief winemaker disguise as well. So Danny, I would say, pretty clearly out in front here, but still have several moves to make to finish off the rest of this spin. So nothing is set in stone yet.
I mean, everything can change here. There's so many things that can happen to change the outcome or change what it looks to be a lead for DaniButa.
In4Fun heading down into the winery area as well here. Danny getting ready to place this tactical banana in front of the path of the sick chief winemaker. In4Fun, I imagine we're going to do something similar, but Danny does have a very clear lead.
That banana is by far my favorite item in the game.
We're waiting desperately for IOI to give us a tactical banana unlock.
Yeah, it is an excellent knockout weapon, and it can make people fall. All you need.
So In4Fun has the chief winemaker approaching slowly in a bit of a holding pattern here until he gets that disguise on. Danny, meanwhile, not wasting any time, planning his route back up to Don Yates. I imagine the assault rifle is probably... I'm looking on the mini-map. I do see the icon. It's probably in the attic.
Yeah, definitely looks like it, yeah. So now he just has to find his way up through this basement up to the villa.
Shouldn't be too risky, I don't think.
No, but we've seen plenty of weird stuff happen here
Sure.
with players. That's looking mad good for DaniButa here now.
Oh, In4Fun having to wait a bit here for these enforcers to pass.
So he is going up to the basement to pick up his silenced assault rifle and
Mm-hmm. And then he'll be on his
Amazing.
way out. In4Fun here. Just sort of got stuck behind some fortunate timing with these NPCs moving through this area. Danny gets the kill. Heading for the key, or heading for the car exit, has the keys already.
oh, this looks like it's DaniButa's for sure.
Yeah, this does look like Danny is probably, almost definitely, going to be the Roulette Rivals 9 champion. Now, we will wait for admin confirmation on that official outcome. In4Fun's unlikely to finish inside of the necessary time required to force a photo finish. But incredible GGs to both players, and if indeed Danny is confirmed as being victorious, then a well-earned, well-fought victory.
It is just incredible that in a first to 8 match we'll see a 9-7 score.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very pleased with this.
And there is our admin confirmation. DaniButa getting the required number of points to be crowned the Roulette Rivals 9 PC Grand Champion. GG's all around, and big congratulations to DaniButa on taking that win. What an incredible match.
What a roller coaster this has been.
Wow.
Just amazing.
Oh,
And
man.
In4Fun was polite enough to finish his spin. Slightly slower time than DaniButa in-game time.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely insane. What a final.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
It's really all we could hope for. And Chat got their wish as well, but yeah, we got to see all 8 maps, guys. It's absolutely insane.
Best possible outcome for a Roulette Rivals tournament.
Yeah.
We have Observer back as well. Quick note, I just reached out to Danny if he's up for a post-match interview. And he said, give me 3 minutes. I need to calm down a little bit. And I can't blame him. So stay tuned, guys, and we will have a post-match interview with the RR9 champion, DaniButa. But what an absolutely insane match. Let me start with you, Observer. First thoughts.
Oh, what was there even to say? My God. Check out what they wanted. Those maps were just, yeah, it was just from Paris, the tides turned In4Fun, scraped every bit of a win he could out of it, and he got it. And it was so nice to see him get to the final map and fight it out to see what they could get from it. But yeah, I just so happy for both of the players. They played just amazingly, and like we said, we couldn't have asked for a better game. It was just absolutely amazing. And I hope they're both very proud of how they played today. Honestly.
Yeah, I mean, it couldn't get any closer, right? 9-7, the final score. What an
Yeah.
it's absolutely insane. What an amazing final. Chat as well, being loco. Oh shit, man! What are your thoughts of this match?
I mean, is this even possible? They are insanely good. And it's so evenly good. And yeah, these are they both deserve the places they got. RRVC champions. Now DaniButa's got a Roulette Rivals champion title. And yeah, I'm blown away. Wonderful.
Yeah, and we should be getting Dana. This match completely destroyed me as well. Danny soon. I'm just telling him to join a normal voice channel so we can move him on Discord. I have no idea how it works, but I'm sure someone does. Can I just drag him? Yeah. Hey.
Oh wow.
Hey guys.
Yo, Danny. Congratulations,
Congrats.
man. What an
Congrats, dude.
absolutely insane final. 9-7. What are your first thoughts?
Yeah, I'm at a loss for words. I didn't think it would go to the last map.
Well, we're all thankful that it did because we all wanted to see a match stretched out to the very end. But I'm sure your nerves are very shot right now.
Yeah, they really are. They were during the whole match.
How did you feel like after Hokkaido when In4Fun came all the way back to 7-7? It's the final map. Like, how were the nerves for you? How were you doing at that point?
Of course I was nervous, but I told myself I can still come back, and I did. So
Yeah, absolutely amazing performance. Observer, do you have any questions for our champion?
Yeah, I was gonna say pretty much what Frode said, but just a bit further back. How are you feeling with that Paris? I saw a couple of people saying in chat, Danny, that even In4Fun himself thought it was over, and I think you yourself also thought it was over. Did you feel a bit worried that moment you saw that photo finish come true? And how were you feeling after that?
yeah, of course I was shocked. I thought I won because of the 6-second lead, but after that it was just all went down.
Yeah, totally understandable. But yeah, it must have been tough seeing In4Fun take the next two maps. But yeah, you fought the nerves clearly, and you took Mendoza. So yeah, GG's for that.
What did you think of the spins in this final? Were they okay? Were they difficult? Were they easy? What did you think of the spins?
Well, some of them were easier, like the Paris spin, of course. But yeah, like the Hokkaido one, I've never done falling object bodyguard, so I couldn't figure out a way to do it.
I gotta say though, you're an absolute legend for going for the speedrun stat on New York. I was really
yeah.
hoping one of you guys would do
Yeah.
it, and you did it. Absolute boss move.
Yeah, I tried doing it, and I just hadn't done it in a long time.
Yeah, what about you, Barb? Any questions for the champ?
Yeah, actually, I have two questions if that's all right. My first question is, which map do you think you performed? Like, are you most proud of your performance on, and which map do you kind of regret your performance on?
My best performance would probably be Paris, I'd say. I think I did everything right. Of course, we tied. And my
Sure.
worst would probably be Hokkaido. I tried doing the same strat over and over again, and it didn't work out.
Sure. And my second question is how much practicing do you do for roulette? Like, are you kind of just like naturally gifted at it, or do you plug away, several hours a week practicing spins and stuff?
Oh yeah, I play a lot, like every day, a couple hours.
Okay. Yeah. Well, practice certainly makes perfect, and definitely showed off a damn near perfect performance during this tournament. So again, congratulations, man, and well-earned victory. Good show.
Thank you.
Again, congratulations, man, and
Oh, and you have In4Fun watching the stream. I'll turn this audio down. No worries. Welcome, In4Fun. But yeah, your Miami was pretty flawless as well, right? You didn't make any mistake
Yeah.
there either.
That Battle X grab, I pause for a few seconds to think what I can do. I saw Calmer in my inventory, so I just used it.
Yeah, what a save there. That
Yeah.
was
That was incredible.
An awesome save for sure.
yeah. Do you want to say anything to the chat? There were a lot of people watching you win, and they're all very proud of you.
Yeah, thank you everyone for watching, and thank you for the admins for organizing this tourney.
Well, you heard it, chat. And
Do you mind if I shoot in with a question?
I was just about to ask you. Go ahead.
All right. Yeah, I was wondering, like, how confident were you going into this match? Like, were you feeling good about winning?
I mean, you never really know. I told myself that I obviously want to win, but if I make it to a final next time, I definitely won't be as confident.
All right.
All right. Any final words here, Mr. Champ?
Yeah, GG is In4Fun. You did really great, and once again, thank you everyone for organizing, watching, and winning this tournament.
Yeah, lovely, lovely last words. We're all very proud of you and of In4Fun. You guys gave us an amazing final. Everything we could ask for, really. 9-7, all 8 maps played. It was absolutely amazing. Well, let's go to the casters as well. Let's start with Barb. Any final words from you?
Sure. Yeah, this was an absolutely awesome match. Peak roulette action. What an outcome. Just enjoyable the whole way through. And just want to thank the players for putting on an awesome show, the admins for organizing the match and donating their time and hard work and passion, and the community. You know, like, it's just awesome that so many people like to watch these events and they like to be involved and come out and connect. And I just think it's really cool that we're all building something that we all enjoy so much, and it's just awesome to be a part of it. So thanks for having me along, and it was a lot of fun, as always.
That's awesome to hear. Do you want to add to that, Observer?
Yeah, I'm pretty much going to echo what Barb said. Thanks to everybody that put time in, whether it's playing, adminning, shoutcasting. Crazy amount of time goes in from everyone. And GG to every single player that entered, because at the end of the day, it's a passion, and it's really nice to see everybody enjoying it. And that's all it is at the end of the day. And yeah, it's just so amazing to see the community doing so well. And yeah, just honestly, like Barb said, GG's to everybody that partakes and does everything.
Right, and then last but not least, oh shit, man. Any parting words before we finish off here?
Yeah, I'm just super happy that I got to be part of this. This was like beyond all of my expectations. So much better than I thought it would be. And I loved every single moment. Thank you. And congratulations, DaniButa. Well-deserved victory.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I also want to take some time to thank some people. Of course, Mr. Mike, the man behind the scenes, behind Hipmaps, who's making this all possible and so much easier for players and admins and viewers alike. The guy just does an amazing job, really. So big shout out to him. Same goes for all the people that shoutcasted this tournament, and all the roulette admins and admins. Of course, all the players, and last but not least, chat, for always being enthusiastic and always telling us players how the spin should have been played. It's always very much appreciated. Yeah, also to you guys personally, Danny, again, big congratulations, deserved win. Big GGs to In4Fun. Barb, oh shit man, Observer, thank you guys so much for joining me on this cast. I had a lot of fun. I hope you guys did too.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for
It
having
was
me.
Awesome.
Yeah, thanks
as
so much
always.
for having us.
Yes.